Hello, my dear YouTube frogs and friends, VOD watchers and like viewers alike. Welcome today, as we're gonna be going over. I don't think we'll cast all of these matches, but we'll do a bunch of them. Maru versus Trigger has already been played. MaxPax versus Serral up next. Then Gumiho, ShoWTimE, Trigger versus Serral. Maru versus ShoWTimE, Serral versus Gumiho, Trigger versus ShoWTimE, and MaxPax versus Gumiho. So a failed day today at the Masters Coliseum number 6. And we're here to hopefully talk a bit about it. Yesterday, the live feed was of relatively low quality. So I hope today it is going to be better, that there's not going to be any lags. If there is going to be any lags, perhaps I'll need to move to in-game, which means that I'll need to observe, which is more trouble for me. If there's anything I hate, it is trouble. Ooh, it's very dark, isn't it? I don't like that. Turning myself back on. Plop. I'll be reading the chat as well. We'll keep the camera up as always, so you guys can see my face at the same time. I've asked a couple of times in the past, people always preferred seeing the face over not seeing the face, so that's what we're going to be doing here as well. Hey, what's up, Nixus in the chat? Is our first fantastic player. Good to see you, brother. God. A fellow creature of the sea. Hey, what's up, everyone? Hello, 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 hello. Live chat. Okay, this all works. So yeah, Maru versus Trigger has been played already. Hey, what's up, Max Payne? And we'll get MaxPax versus Serral up next, which is actually kind of an exciting match. Sadly have to go, maybe next time. Bye-bye, Noandertaler. Taylor. What's up, Pio? Yeah, I'm kind of excited for MaxPax versus Serral. I hope that MaxPax is capable of beating Serral. I think that would be high tier. I find MaxPax to be a high tier person, and I hope that he performs, so I always hope so. Do you think Colossus should have been changed on the community patch? It's a good question, actually. Yeah, I like it. Oh yeah, if there's any question about the patch or any opinions that you have that you want me to talk about, then be sure to leave it here as well. The thing with the Colossus is that I think it kills aggression quite strongly. So buffing the Colossus, I think, is a tool that shouldn't be used very lightly, in my opinion. This is not necessarily the opinion of the Balance Council. Like, this is how I see it. I wouldn't have minded a Colossus buff for the mid game stage, but I think it is kind of it's kind of like a blunt tool in a way. It's like it just makes everything so much worse against it, and there's not a lot of fun interactions against the Colossus. I think it is better to create more fun interactions and to buff those fun interactions. So although balance-wise maybe it would have been better to buff a Colossus rather than some of the other changes, I think game diversity and just the amount of fun that people have while playing and while watching, I think buffing other things tend to provide more fun games. But it's hard to say, because I'm also not sure if it was entirely necessary to buff the Colossus, like even in general. But as a general rule in my mind, I think buffing Colossus is something that should be done at the very end if everything else failed, basically. I think in general, buffing units with very long range almost always ends up in tears. Yeah, the Colossus buff was the Raven nerf, which targeted a very specific scenario that was annoying and non-fun, non-very interactive, in my opinion. As you can see, the stream quality is already quite bad over here. So the way that this works is that I have a live feed, basically, or as we call it, a clean feed, that I get from the Chinese organizers of the tournaments. Yesterday it was really bad. I think today it looks a bit better, but it still looks relatively poor, honestly. And if it looks too bad, we can request to be added into the live lobbies. That is work, and there's also limited position in those lobbies. So it's, you have to fight with all the other casters for a spot in the lobby, which can be difficult. This new patch seems to weaken Zerg and Protoss and keep Terran as the OP race. Yeah, we'll need to see about that. It's very difficult, I think, to theorize about about a lot of these interactions. Don't forget that maps play a huge role when it comes to specifically PvT balance and TVZ balance. I think Terran really cares about what maps are there at the moment. In my opinion, usually Terran favored maps play out quite fun in TVP, and they play out less fun in TVZ. Like in my limited experience, but it's so difficult for me to state like, hey, this is what I think. This is what I think. Please tell me if the sound levels are correct as well, or whether they're a little bit dicey. If you want higher game sounds or lower Harstem voice, just tell me all about it, and I'll try to adjust it on the fly as well. Okay. We're just... Oh, I should probably move the Rebellion logo a little bit somewhere. I'll put it over. Okay, this looks nice. This looks neat. This looks real neat. No, this is not the new patch test tournament. That tournament will be played this weekend. This is the Masters Coliseum 6, which is a... I guess it would be a premier or a major tournament, which is all the big names. This is just Group A. Yeah, here we go. It just lags every 30 seconds or so. I can't help that. This is not on my end. It's just the way that it is, my friends. Yeah, so MaxPax versus Serral over here. This is a community patch, not an official one. Well, it is a community patch until it gets put into the live game. So the way that it works right now is that Blizzard is very hands-off. And they basically say, hey, we have a community that kind of knows what they're doing. So all balance changes that have been executed in the past year or so have all come from within the community, or the balance council, as people call it. It's like literally just a couple of guys that implemented. Ooh, MaxPax loses a probe there for free, which is kind of silly. So yeah, basically the same trend continues. So Blizzard will eventually implement it in the live game. Is the game sound still too loud? I think it is, no? It feels very loud, at least to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, is this better? I think this is better. It's hard for me to say that because I hear myself through my in-ears and I also hear my own voice. So I'm like very loud to myself. Like, amplified voice. Can we pin the bracket here? Yeah, sure, I can try. If I can do it from my phone, otherwise I won't. Pin the message. There you go, buddy. You done it. In school, were you a class clown? No, I was very timid in school. Just, kept to myself. I was very afraid of social interaction in general. Yeah. Scary people. It's very weird in general. When I went back to university, I had the same thing. Where, for a very long time in my life, all the interactions with people were with people that had a massive thing in common with me, where that we both loved StarCraft. So anyone that I interacted with, you could always at least connect on that. Even if you have nothing in common on anything else, at least like both of you loved StarCraft. You could still dislike people, but you both loved StarCraft. You want to play StarCraft the entire day. So then when I went back to university, and there was people there who I legit had nothing in common with and didn't care about StarCraft either. I was like, oh, what do I do now? I'm not used to this anymore, so I just not talk with them. It's very odd. But yeah, I wasn't really a class clown, not that I can remember. Yeah, this is played on the current live patch. Just whatever the current live patch is. Like I said, stream quality is going to suck massively, and eventually we'll probably go into the live game instead. I'm sorry for that. No way to increase the resolution of the game? No, there's no way. I'll just be happy if it doesn't stutter the entire time. Alright, let's actually have a look at what's happening here. I'll make my face a bit smaller as well. Too big up here. Shoop. Alright, third base, pretty regular timing. I think that's a third Oracle that we see on the way. MaxPax has been very keen on playing these heavy Forged Twilight build orders, focused on Stalker production, not so much focused on getting heavier tech. Low gas counts very often, as we see Serral opening up with a pretty quick evolution chamber, as well as another round of drones here. Road Warren behind it. Go up to 4 gateways is MaxPax, which is a move that I appreciate personally. Stasis ward goes down. This has become a lot more popular as of late. Just these little stasis ward setups. You kind of leave one oracle idling behind the base. It forces 1 or 2 queens or some links to constantly just kind of patrol that area. And then at the same time, this quality is garbage. Okay, I'm gonna flame some people. Give me a second. Yeah, I want to be in the game. This is not it. This is just not it. It's really quite laggy. All right. I'll hope I can fix this at some point, but no promises. Because they obviously want their branding and stuff on the screen. Although right now my face is covering most of the branding anyway, I'm pretty sure. Wait, there's nothing there. Well, whatever. All right. Oracle goes in, gets a couple more kills. Worker count 66 to 64. Now, this is not the end of the world, because right now Serral is focusing on a lot of mineral mining. You see he's only on 4 gases total. So despite being in an even worker count, usually income-wise, this is still going to be okay for the Zerg. And Zerg eventually is just going to get a minor lead in supply. That happens majority of the time. I said that most of the time MaxPax actually plays these heavy Stalker styles. It's not the case this time. We see Charge Lot as well as an Archon being warped in, and I'm freaking loving it. This is not what Serral had expected. Serral is setting up now with an Infestation Pit to try and go into a late game, I think. Serral in general is kind of afraid of killing people. And in a way you can understand that, because whenever Serral gets to a late game and the game is semi-even, he will win it. However, Serral probably has had quite some games where he tries to kill someone, he fails, and then gets killed by a counterattack. So in his mind, playing aggressive, you know, is going to have a lower win rate. Ooh, second robotics facility as well as a robo-bayer. So you could think that this is Colossus, but you would be wrong. This is going to be a disruptor move out instead. This is the style that ShoWTimE actually popularized, made popular. Initially with DT warp-ins into disruptors, nowadays with Archon warp-ins into disruptors. At least that's what I'm thinking. If this is Colossus, this has to be the worst build order in the world. If this is Colossus, I'll actually flame MaxPax a little bit. I'll go on StarCraft after the first game. Oh my good lord. yeah. MaxPax. Okay, this is not gonna work. Like legit, there's no chance that this is gonna work. I think. I never see Colossus freaking work. Oh, this unit is so bad. It's so expensive. Vipers just eat it alive. There's going to be +2 melee units as well. Oh no, MaxPax. This start was so good. I love the opener. He's doing run-bys everywhere. He's actually getting damage done. If he was following this up with... Wait, is he building a second Templar Archives here? I swear he has a Templar Archives already, doesn't he? Where are these Archons coming from otherwise? Like, he's warping in Templar. No, MaxPax. This is pure chaos and not the good type of chaos. This is not it. This is simply not it. I am zero happy with this, my friends. Absolutely zero happy with this. Couple of stasis wards coming down right now. The moment the first Colossus gets revealed, Serral will just pop 1 or 2 Vipers out. Ooh, more stem Banelings instead. I mean, this is Viper area. This is Viper City, my friend. Yep, there we go. Viper's now in production as these Colossus start hitting this hatchery that's forward. Zealot's trying to get some damage over on the third base at the same time as well. We have a massive lag spike as 6 more drones do go down. Serral should be capable of eventually cleaning this up. I think so, as more Zealots are moving forward. Serral actually pretty far away from max. It looks like he's max, but a lot of that is in production. There's 2 queens, 13 roaches. These 2 Vipers just now popped out. 150 supply to 195. Consistently trading for MaxPax is not actually that great. He wants to get a massive army and eventually tech into something that's actually good. At least in my mind, that's what you want to be doing. And he's just continuing Colossus production. He's going to need Templar at this point. He hasn't researched Storm quite yet. Now we started. as the 5th base is on the way officially. And we have a little bit of a timing here for our Viper army Serral. Walks into 2 stasis wards, and there goes your timing. Yeah, Colossus haven't really contributed much to the fight yet, as this Prism continues being extremely annoying. MaxPax kind of outplaying Serral here in the first 10 minutes of this game, despite building the Colossus from the robotics facility. He's really just handicapping himself, and then winning to make these wins even more impressive. Like beating Zerg on the current patch isn't hard enough already. MaxPax also really is showcasing that he can do it with Colossus, and that is triple impressive here. Has a bunch of Zealot run-by set up around the map. Prism is still somewhere around 2. Serral decided not to clear that Prism with its Vipers. Instead decides to go for an attack. This seems like an ill-advised timing, as another massive lag spike. And we missed an interesting part of that fight, but the Templars seem to have stayed alive. Prism in the main base. We're now watching a slideshow. So I'm gonna flame some people on Discord once more. And then hopefully get that stuff fixed, because this is starting to seriously annoy me. It just is really watching a freaking slideshow over here. It's not okay. No answer yet. Ay. Greater Spire going up in the main base, or in the natural. It's going up somewhere at least. I think getting a single Corruptor to deal with that Prism would be smart as well, as Zealots are now moving forward. Banelings waiting to get in. Roaches from a distance as well. The Prism decides to move in at a very solid timing. This is all... Oh, big storms. Connect with all of those Banelings at the same time. Serral doesn't honestly have too many larvae available, or what is this? Well, okay, he's gonna be capable of maxing out at least. Zealot warp in, 1 base goes down. Is there enough storms available though? I think that MaxPax needs to return home temporarily, get some energy on those Templar. Right now, Serral is maxed out. That means that Brute Lords are not going to be constructed anytime soon. The Roach run-by gets stopped as well. Ay. If this base gets taken out, that would be nice for Serral. It forces MaxPax a little bit more all-in with his next push. You see Serral's trying to win time at this point. So he's building the Corruptors, and now he needs more distractions out on the map, because these Corruptors need to pop out, then these Corruptors need to turn into Brute Lords. And then these Brute Lords, once they're done, then Serral's going to be in a good position defensively. But until that point, it's actually going to be quite scary. 9 Brutes start morphing here immediately. If Serral loses 1 more base at this point, he's actually not going to be in a fantastic spot. He can't afford to lose workers. He can't afford to lose bases. There are Blink Stalkers, but not enough to deal with 9 Brute Lords right now. Zealot run-by coming in towards the 3rd base. I think MaxPax is going to move in forward here. We'll cancel this hatchery. As the Zealot run-by, where are you? Can we get a look at the Zealot run-by, Monsieur Observer? Okay. 2 Brute Lords together with the Spine will take care of that. Brutes have now popped out. Fleet Beacon plus 2 extra Stargates. Should be the next step for our Danish Crown Prince. His Immortals getting picked off. Perhaps gets to walk back home. Vipers on the Abducts there versus the Templar. Beautiful stuff. Okay, now we're in the late game. 5 Colossus is powerful. I think maybe split them into 2 groups would be better. 3 of them is already the right number. The problem with the Colossus often is that once the Viper is out, they don't have much of a purpose anymore in the game. Like with the Colossus, you end up... Oh, hold that thought, as we have a bit of an engagement here. We do actually have a Colossus split off. Exactly like you mentioned in the chat. I wish you could see these fights without it being a slideshow. It is what it is. Bit of an abduct forward. Good control out of MaxPax. Almost manages to keep it alive, but not quite. MaxPax kind of outplaying here. 2 groups of army just moving around the map. Upgrades are low. If this was played with double forge, slightly better upgrades, this would have significantly more impact. As right now, well, seeing a bit of a slideshow. As I think Serral is going to survive on 68 workers. 6 bases and an okay defensive setup. So this looks bad for Serral due to the worker count. But in reality, I think it's actually quite good. Fleet Beacon, 2nd Stargate, 3rd Stargate all going down at the same time. I think this is a little bit too late. Like, I would have loved to see 3-4 temples in production already at this point. Banelings are gonna get connections. One-shotting probes, of course. 22 probes do go down. Yeah, that sucks. Now, MaxPax is actually going to be in a pretty poor economic position. If he loses more, that would suck even more. He's gonna lose more. Oh my god. Banelings rolling in everywhere. They get the connections with these probes. 30 workers have been taken out. The quality of the stream continues getting worse, which is fairly sad. 40 probes taken out. Yeah, honestly, this game had some potential, but I think it's just gonna bleed dry over here. Yeah, it's just gonna bleed out. Yep. That's most likely just going to be it. Serral is not the type of player that moves across the map with Brood Lords, ever. But I think at this point, he probably could. Is there Adrenal Glands? It doesn't matter. GG gets called. We'll see if we can get into a game from online. What is this music? This scares me. I'm gonna mute that. That's how you get copyright striked on YouTube. I'm telling you now. It's the one thing I don't want. Okay, let's see what they've said on the Discord. Yeah, I'm just joining the game. They can suck it. Yeah, we're all in. We're all in right now. All right, I'll pause this thing. So we're gonna remove the player cameras. Hello, where's my mouse? Gonna remove the player cameras, which is really, you know, that's live, I guess. Oh my god. And now we're just in the game. That's the way of the world. Okay, well, at least we're gonna be sure that we're gonna have better quality. We do get rid of the player cams, but it is what it is. I can't help it, my friends. I really can't help it. It is the way of the world. All right, also means I get to do some observing myself, which is always going to be nice. Score is 1-0 in favor of Serral here. So we have MaxPax in the bottom right as our blue Protoss player playing for ShoWTimE Gaming. And in the top left as our red Zerg, the man, the myth, the legend. It's going to be Serral. I forgot his name for a second. Quick scout coming out of MaxPax. As we see Serral not opening up with a 14 hatchery, so he's going to get blocked. Frustrating, of course, for Serral, as I know he's not a huge fan of that. And MaxPax is a massive fan of blocking. He loves blocking. No one at all has seen MaxPax? No, no one at all has seen MaxPax. Not yet, at least. I'm sure at some point. I'm really looking forward to meeting him at some point. You know, somewhere in my life, I'm just going to fly to Denmark. I'm going to look for him. Documentary style. Looking for MaxPax, you know? Finding MaxPax or something like that. In a search to find the hidden Danish madman. Just go around the country asking people if they're aware of, you know, what a fellow countryman of theirs has done. Just gathering information. Then finding him. And then not releasing his identity. I think that's the highest tier thing. But then I can say that I met him and I'll describe him. I'll make one of these drawings, you know, that you have when they're in court. They often make drawings, right? I think I'll do that. I'll draw. I'm very bad at drawings, so it's not going to look anything like the guy, but it would be exciting. Lord Harstem, I've returned all the way from South Africa. Hey. Welcome back, Björn. Good to see you here, brother. Okay, what do we have here? Quick speed, as is almost always the case. Probably need to mute the desktop sounds. We'll have to wait and see what these adepts are going to be doing in the early game. Going to be double adepts. Chrono boost on both adepts as well, which is interesting. Love to see it. Quick Stargate coming out behind this. Really the MaxPax special. The special of most players right now at the moment. Anything but a Stargate is considered bad most of the time. We'll see if that changes in the future. Depth Shade comes in forward. Oop, take out some of these links. We're gonna have to wait to see what this is going to do. Don't think this finishes. Good call there, Harstem. Okay, let me rephrase. I don't think this should have finished. I think that is definitely the correct call. Serral not microing individual links back here, by the way. Probably only cares about attacking as much as possible. Poor target fire out of MaxPax, which leaves, well, 3 links in the orange. Could have definitely killed 1 or 2 more there. Oracle makes his way across the map, followed up by a Void Ray. 3rd and 4th gas. Okay. Second Stargate in the natural. What? No, you can't make this up. He started a Phoenix in Vision and then cancelled it instantly. This is either the worst fake or a huge blunder. Serral up sort of Roach Warren, which is technically the correct call. Void Ray is looking for damage here, gets 2 kills. So it's going to be double Stargate Phoenix, 3rd base now on the way. It is fairly late. The question that I have is Serral going to be building anything here? Oh no! Oracle gets taken out. That is a blunder for sure. These probes are in a bit of trouble as well. Void Ray comes back home. Queen production has halted after 6. The more queens, the merrier right now. As a lair is on the way as well. The question is, how is Serral going to respond? He builds 2 more queens, which I think is correct. We'll be going up to 8. I mean, if Serral realizes what's kicking off at any point and decides to go for a Roach Nidus here, this is game ending in my mind. That is game ending in my mind. We see roaches already in production right now. So this is 56 worker roach. These are defensive roaches. They're not aggressive roaches. We have +1 on the way. I'd love to see a robotics facility being thrown down behind this for MaxPax. It's not quite the case yet. Adepts are going to finish up. Terrible call. Still only get a single drone. 6th gas on the way. So we have 3 gases going down simultaneously. I'd love to see an overseer here out of Serral, honestly would. He's on 52 workers. I mean, this has to be a Nidus, no? This is the only thing that makes any sense. He needs to throw down a Nidus right away. Yeah. Serral completely misread this game. He believed it was 2 Stargate into carriers, I think. He was preparing to throw down a Spire on 6 gas. Now instead, wait, he's getting a Nidus, but also 11 drones. Huh? Serral optimizing for a build that's hitting in a minute from now by building 11 drones. I'm not quite sure how that one works out, but double robos as a follow-up. There's going to be 8 Phoenixes total as 1 just went down. Has this been scouted? It has not been scouted at all. First Immortal now on the way. Roach count is low, Queen count is high. There is a battery in the natural. There's a cannon going down as well. MaxPax is scouting, has not seen anything yet. Now sees Ravagers morphing, and I think he'll know enough because of that. I think he'll know enough immediately. We should see more cannons being thrown down, both in the natural as well as on the 3rd base. The Phoenix count is 10. Cybernetics core is over halfway done with the research of the +1. That would be huge. Taking out Ravagers here might become the priority. I think this is what you want to be lifting at this moment. It's Ravagers, not Queens. It is very tempting to lift Queens, but the answer is always Ravagers here. Cannon is getting taken out by these Ravagers on the bottom side of things. as 2 immortals are about to pop out. 1 immortal already out, is trying to dish out damage. More and more roaches are streaming forward. 15 queens out on the map, make that 17 soon. These units all do have +1, as we had a quick evo chamber out of Serral. Oh. MaxPax, MaxPax, MaxPax. In a little bit of trouble here. Takes out 1 Ravager, I think it was. +1 air weapons about to finish up. Nice cannon here in the far back. GG gets called though. MaxPax does not believe in life after love. And Serral takes him out with a quick 2-0 victory. And that's just the way it is sometimes, my friends. That's just the way that it is. We'll be heading into our next series soon, which is going to be played... Wait, where is everyone? I need to really pay close attention right now. Okay, we moved. I think it's going to be in America. So I'm just going to move between the servers real fast. Game client version mismatch with selected region. Wait, what? I need to update? Uh-oh. I feel like I'm going to miss the next match like this. Harstem, did you know when buildings are revealed, you can shoot and kill them from the low ground? No, I wasn't aware, but I'm aware of it now. I literally didn't know this. I played a very epic game that kind of depended on that. And then I lost it. Why is there a version mismatch? That's weird. Robos came too late. Hard agree on that. Robos came way too late. Actually way too late. It's not okay. It's not okay. You need to get it faster. I think often getting a quicker robo is a little bit better. I have a bad feeling about this, all my friends. Was this a test patch game? Nope. Currently, Masters Coliseum is being played on the old, well, on the current patch, really. Don't forget, it's all proposed balance changes. This is not set in stone. Things can still change. That's just the way it is. I understand your reaction to the brainless Reddit after the patch notes dropped. I feel like the sub has gotten so bad it can be ignored. I mean, it is the last community space that we have that isn't on Discord. Like, it's a public forum. I think it should be saved. But yeah, the discourse there has been a little bit worse as of late, I think, in the past few years. In my mind, but it's hard to say. Because sometimes it's just people, like, it could just be a group of 15 people, because a community that is vocal is so small, and, you know, that actively participates it's kind of small, so yeah. Make it out what you will. Okay. I managed to get online, don't worry about it, guys. Did you like your yesterday's haircut? Yeah, I had a very good time. Very nice person that cut my hair. It's like she was working from her home. She's been cutting hair for, I think, 35 years or so. So well experienced. Knew exactly what I wanted. And we wrote it down as well. So next time I go there, we know exactly how it's going to be done. Can we make the Immortal have Blink? Yeah, that's possible. Is there a way to know your upcoming tournament matches? I would like to watch it live and root for you, Captain. This is a bad idea, okay? Trust me. Watching my tournament matches and being mentally invested in it, this is the worst mistake you could make in your life. It's not going to bring you the amount of joy that you think it's going to bring you. Every 3 years, you know, when the moon intersects with Mars in the correct way, I might win something, you know, something exciting will happen and you'll be happy. And you better be riding that high for the next 3 years, because it ain't happening. There's going to be lots of disappointments along the road. All right. Loads of disappointments along the road. That's just, is the reality of things, okay? It's the reality of things. Okay, we're in the lobby already. Not quite sure how long it's going to take until we get started. It's heartbreaking whenever I talk with my parents as well. Yeah, they'll watch all my matches. It's like, oh, you really thought you were gonna win? It's like, yeah, me too. Maybe next time. And next time is the same. And the time after, the same again. But I can feel it, you know, it's coming closer and closer. Closer and closer. Harstem, we will all pray for you and give our energy to you so you will win. If this is how it worked, I would be winning a whole lot, because the amount of emails I get with people cheering for me and giving me energy is quite high. Either that or they're lying in their emails. You know, they're telling me they're giving me their energy to get the brownie points, but in reality, they're all praying for Serral to get the wins again. ShoWTimE versus Gumiho up next, by the way, for the people who want to know. If you want to watch my tournament runs because you want to see me lose, that is a very good hobby to have. You know, there's loads of material around in that case. There's too much content for you. Yeah, that is a good niche to be in, my friend. Let me tell you that. Oh no. Oh no. Did your parents play video games? My dad played StarCraft 2 once. On blistering sands. He spent the entire time building pylons and probes in his main base. Then he got attacked by the AI, and I think we quit. Never again after. They're not big gamers. My mom played like a bunch of online games, like the Flash games. You know, she played like, is it called Mahjong? Mahjong, the game with the tiles online. She played like I think it's a game called Gold Rush or something, where you have a hook and you have to hook the gold by clicking correctly, and then I think she played a bunch of games like that she quite enjoyed. You know, she'd sit down and play for like 30 to 45 minutes. She would often do that, but not super often. I don't think they were massive gamers, really. The best part of seeing Harstem play is see the different way his opponents win. How many more ways can he lose? You get surprised every week. It's like watching Kenny die in South Park. Oh my god, they killed Kenny. Oh my god, Harstem lost again. You bastards. So good. Alright. In the top left spot, I guess our blue Terran player. Playing for no team currently. The man, the myth, the legend. It is Gumiho. And in the bottom right, the king of walls. He's named after a wall in German. ShoWTimE Tobias Sieber. Da, 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 da. Very exciting over here. Not many people know this, but I'm a huge Tobias Sieber fan. He's fast, he's quick. He knows what to do. Good knowledge. Is this the Kung Fu Cup? No, my dear friend. It is the Masters Coliseum. Ooh, double gas opener. I've been very critical of Terrans who've been playing double gas openers, some wank follow-up, and then losing the game. And I'm going to continue being critical. I feel like... Now, I don't want to generalize, but I think foreigner Protoss players have kind of figured out how to play against two gas openers quite well. And I'm not sure why Korean Terrans keep playing two gas openers against foreigners. Maybe the Korean tosses haven't quite figured it out. But I feel like it almost never works out anymore. Almost every situation from a two gas opener seems to go in favor of the Protoss very often. Watch this game. Gumiho just win with the first drop. Got like 35 workers. I look like the loser again. Even when I'm casting, I get defeated. Oh my god, they defeated Harstem. You bastard. Cybernetics core finish up 158? What has he been smoking? Ridiculous, this guy. This is why people look at ShoWTimE and they think to themselves, I wish I was more like ShoWTimE. I understand that, I really do. 158 this finish. The standard timing is 2 minutes. So he was 2 seconds earlier with this finish. And that is just a ShoWTimE move, you know? That is just what ShoWTimE does. You look at this guy and you think to yourself, man, I wish my cybernetics core finished 2 seconds early. This is everything I want to be. With those fast cyber cores. No Reaper Wall. This has been gaining in popularity in the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Too often have we seen those Reaper Walls being taken out. Is this the same build that Maru played against MaxPax yesterday 6 times in a row? It is possible. It is possible. Double battery over here. One in the natural. One in the main. Oracle. This is different to how most people would play it. Most people play Stargate with Phoenixes. Oracle, this is a very ShoWTimE-esque approach to things. Oh yeah, this is the exact same build. This is literally what Maru was doing. So 6 Marine, 1 Mine. Cyclone behind this is what I'm expecting. Yep, there we go. And then a 1-1 type of timing. So you get a Viking from this thing as well. There's 2 things you can do. You can go across the map, kill some stuff, or you cannot do that. These are the 2 things. It's gonna go across the map, try and kill some stuff. I wonder that if you see the adept, do you go for the adept here? Just ignores it. Good lord. It's my experience trying to order something at a bar. Whenever you're at a bar and it's very busy, I always feel like I'm just too passive. I never get a drink. It's actually impossible. I'm also not meant for the club atmosphere. There's too many people there. I always get served last, no matter what timing I show up at. 2 oracles had to activate for that. It's not the end of the world, but this is why you generally get phoenixes. I just don't understand why you would get 2 oracles. Like, what's the point of that? I don't actually know. Then again, I am slightly deficient. Another battery here being added in. This is literally how MaxPax was defending this crap. MaxPax actually with a way faster... No, actually, second gate is here already as well. You have that robotics facility. RoboBay is going to come in quite late. Look how late these barracks are. This is such a dedicated little push. Man, ShoWTimE in a banging position right now. Once again, 2 gas opener for the Terran player does absolutely nothing. What is the order of operations here for ShoWTimE? He wants to get a 3rd base. He needs to get a RoboBay. This is not an electable, you know? The RoboBay is 100%... You need to do this, okay? If you don't get a credit on the RoboBay, you're not getting your degree, my friend. Degree from Harstem University. Accepted in 3 different jurisdictions worldwide. Continuous Phoenix. This Nexus is too late. His Nexus is too late. So, what am I saying here? Nexus too late, RoboBay too late, but... What is this? Oh no. What? God knows what this is going to be. Double reactor. This is... Sometimes you watch Gumiho play and you think he's a genius. Then the next time you think he's cosplaying like as a moron or something. What is this? He scouted the Robo, knows that it's target into Robo, so you know there's going to be Colossus. He's now delaying his combat shield, and he's playing Mass Marine. Literally the only unit that the Colossus is good against is the Marine. Now this would be semi-understandable if there were tanks with this, because then at least the Marines have good DPS, the tanks focus down the Colossus, and you can produce Vikings. You know, you kind of skip out on the medevacs for a bit. You just produce pure Viking. So you go pure Viking plus tank then you have a lot of damage output. But playing pure Marine without combat shield against someone that's opening up with Colossus, this has to be one of the most idiotic things that I've seen in a long time. And as I say that, I'm well aware that I sometimes am forced to watch my own replays. So yes, I am counting my own play into this as well. This seems to make no sense to me at all, because the delay on the combat shield is going to make this first push significantly worse. And honestly, ShoWTimE was not optimizing for this first push at all. He actually could have struggled quite a bit with a powerful push out. But now this is going to hit like a minute and a half later, basically. Because Gumiho wanted to have 6 more Marines against the Colossus opener. I just don't understand this at all. I wish I could look into his brain. I wish I could live in his head for a little bit. Rent-free ideally, but even if I would have to pay a little bit of rent, I would be okay with that. Like $120 a month or something, nothing too crazy. I think it's not going to be too nice living in there. Don't know how much activity there is. It might be quite busy. Fusion core, Jesus, good lord, what are we doing? He's massing BCs. Wait, where's this starport? Oh, it's over here. Wait, what? No, this is not BCs. Is it Liberators? I've never seen this. It's Lips, isn't it? Very unfortunate for Gumiho. They call ShoWTimE the German Ben Shapiro because he always destroys the Lips. So this is not gonna end well here. I can feel it already. This is not okay. I've never seen this build in my life. What? He's just gonna push across the map? With advanced ballistics? It's been so long since I've seen this. Pylon's gonna get taken out here as well. So there's 4 Liberators out at this point already. We have a couple of Vikings too. There's just so many Marines. I'm so afraid for these Marines. There's like 13 Marauders. That's not enough. The counterattacks will be so difficult to deal with as well. I'm having such a difficult time seeing how ShoWTimE is going to lose here. Well, maybe if he fights straight into it, that would be bad. He needs to cancel this base. Cancel the base, go for a run by. There's a lot of Phoenixes out right now. Gumiho, strategy master. Can he do it? Another Oracle gets taken out over here. The next 4 Liberators are actually going to be kind of huge. It's going to be 7 Liberators with advanced ballistics here. New fort base needs to be constructed. Should have been constructed a while ago. Phoenixes go across the map. This is a good move by ShoWTimE. Pick him up, pick him up, pick him up. No, don't pick him up. Don't worry about it, brother. Doesn't want to be fighting those Marines. Marine upgrades are pretty poor. ShoWTimE is really giving up position on this left side, which is somewhat surprising. We have like 3 more command centers on the way. What is this? This looks like a game from 2016 strategy-wise. ShoWTimE in actual shambles right now. He had not expected this. Gumiho strikes back. This is a good run by. It just hit slightly too early, I think. Hello? A move. There we go. Okay, Marines being taken out. That means that Phoenixes in combination with these Zealots would be huge. Pull them back. Hello? Hello? Monsieur ShoWTimE. Yes. That was kind of slow, that response. I did not enjoy that. That did not spark joy as a Protoss player. Poor upgrades right now for ShoWTimE. As, yeah, once these Liberators siege up, this base is toast. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. This is the timing where you want to send in the run by, usually. Is when the Liberators set up. This was such a cool little build, honestly, out of Gumiho. I've never seen this before. I'm still not entirely sure about the reactor on the barracks, but you know what? He won with it. Or, well, he hasn't won with it yet, but he is winning with it. Oh, Oh, yes. ShoWTimE exposed his neck and Gumiho bites him like the vampire that he is. For the juggler he goes. Straight into the main base. No long anti-air range over here. Look at this. Just stims his entire bio army to the left side at the same time. Walks into 3 different stasis traps at the exact same time. Doesn't even matter. God, this guy's a machine. An actual machine. Missed every single Purification Nova. Western United States, by the way, this game is being played. So this is the worst possible ping for ShoWTimE in the match. Next game will be played on Central. People don't realize this, but ping actually matters. Like, they'll watch your game and think, oh, man, this guy really got down. Well, I noob. It's like, oh, it's 160, 170, 180 ping. It's quite a bit. It's difficult to play with. Next game is going to be significantly better for ShoWTimE, so we do need to keep that in mind. But this is a painful loss here for the German Protoss player, who is still opting to go for a base trade. But against Liberators, base trading can be quite hard because the ramp to the main is always going to be secured. That means at some point in your life you're going to need to return back home. If there's any amount of planetaries, which right now there's 1, it also means there's going to be at least 1 remaining mining base. ShoWTimE is currently mining from, well, 1 base as well. He's getting a bunch of gateways, but this is not entirely how he imagined his life to go. At least, I don't think this is how he imagined his life to go. Just with 1 mining base. Yeah, Gumiho is set up properly over here. I'm liking this position very much. I'm liking this position very much here for Gumiho. Gumiho is going to be taking out these final structures. And at that point, I think it's simply going to be game over. Force field's going down. ShoWTimE probably still believes he has a chance. That's the worst thing. Imagine not building Ghost. That is such a sick concept as well. Gumiho is such a brainiac. Do you remember that TV show, Brainiac? Like a yellow logo, and they would test stupid stuff. Brainiac actually was just a show that pretty much was before the internet. It was the internet before the internet. It's just memes, basically. It's like, will it bounce or will it break? It's like a guy throwing a toaster from the 2nd floor. And yeah. These are like legit just internet videos, except high production quality. I bet you could still just recreate Brainiac at this point, just post it online. People would love it. Actually love it. Oh yeah, ship weapons level 2 as well. Yeah, this game is uber over in that case. Ship weapons level 2 is the sickest thing in the world. ShoWTimE's over here. Honestly, for how bad ShoWTimE's position was, he almost made it into a playable position. Imagine if ShoWTimE right now, rather than only having 12 Stalkers, also would have 7 carriers and a mothership. All of a sudden, that game looks very different, you know? Now, would it have been realistic in this game to get 7 carriers and a mothership? No. But maybe if he would have gotten a big inheritance at some point. Or some uncle passed away. Boom! 7 carriers and a mothership. You're now a wealthy man, ShoWTimE. Oh, thank you, uncle. Oh, uncle's not here anymore, but still, thank you. Yeah, this game is absolutely over. Ooh, takes out 1. Takes out 2. Oh, ShoWTimE might be doing it over here. Huge blink forward. As the GG gets called. Liberators destroying these Colossus in the air. Huge moves here. From the Korean Terran player. From South Korea. Who lives in Korea. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, that's game 1. Second game is going to be very good too. I can feel it. I can smell it already. No, actually, those were my hands. I washed my dog this morning. Dog shampoo smells a bit off. It smells nice on the dog, but now everything smells like dog shampoo. I think human shampoo smells significantly better. Well, maybe that's just me. Okay, we're back in the game. Second and third map. Second map is Ancient Cistern. The third map is going to be irrelevant. Gumiho just messaged me in private and said, I'm going to 2-0 Harstem. No need for a third map. Actually what happened. Off screen though. Hey Captain, will you cast some games on the new balance patch in the upcoming days? No. Well, maybe actually. For tonight I have some games played against Zerk. Just on the main channel, not casted. Did they start the game without Vardy in? Oh, that's so sad. I think they started without Vardy. Oh, I feel bad for Vardy. Dum, dum, dum. How do you see if you're in? Yeah, Vardy doesn't seem to be in. I'll call him. And I'll stream my screen to him real fast. God, I'm such a good guy. It's crazy. Poor Vardy. How did he not make it in? So many people in here. Look at this. All these people managed to make it in, but Vardy was too slow. You can't block someone you are real ID friends with. Look at this. Look how many real ID friends I have. Like 3 or 4 in this lobby. That's crazy. Alright. Thanks, by the way, someone earlier donated 77 ZAR. Zuid-Afrikaanse rand. Thank you, Kobus van Zijl. #1 fan. Much appreciated, brother. All right. Let's have the scores properly as well. Right, let me first message Vardy on his stream. Alrighty. Let's have a look. We have a quick cybernetic score here going down in the main base for my good friend ShoWTimE. This time it's going to be just a single gas opener, no gas first into Reaper. This is the most standard Terran opener at the moment. It is the most common Terran opener as well. The best Terran players all play this. So we get a high ground command center. Did ShoWTimE see something here? Saw that it was single gas. So this is not going to trick him. This is not going to fake him out. Absolutely not. ShoWTimE is a genius. So this is not going to work. Marine into factory here will be the follow-up. Build it straight at the ramp. Usually this indicates some type of Hellion play. So make of that what you will. Stargate goes down as well. So similar opener perhaps out of ShoWTimE as we get it. What? Oh. This guy has builds for days, you know that? Gumiho. You know how some people have like a dream diary? So when they wake up, they write down what their dreams are. And they go to like a dream interpreter or they read these books on what happens. Gumiho has this with build orders. Like he wakes up and he has like new build orders in his head and he writes them down immediately. Sometimes they're build orders for future patches. So when in 2013, he had a build order dream about Legacy of the Void. It just said, get a tech lab on the factory and start a cyclone. Back then the cyclone wasn't even in the game yet. That is how early Gumiho is with the strategies. Look at this. This is not a real build. This is the opposite of it. This has never been played before. He's literally just building one of each and moving across the map. One Alien, one Reaper, one Marauder, one Marine. Not a build. This is the worst build I've seen in my life. Actually, the worst build I've seen in my life. If this deals, if this kills more than 3 workers, I will be very upset. I think it's gonna kill perhaps 0 workers. And I think ShoWTimE might kill 10 workers with this. No, okay, never mind. The Cyclone will be out. So it's not gonna kill workers there. Look at this. It's gonna kill 2. Oh no. No, it's not gonna get... Oh, what? It's an interesting move here. This ends up being worth it because ShoWTimE accidentally recalled his own probes as well as an adept. Not entirely sure what the point of that was. That's what we usually consider to be a mistake. Fake cloak. You see that? Fake cloak. Or maybe it's real cloak. Just started a Viking first. I think it's fake cloak, actually. Gumiho takes the theory of if I don't know what I'm doing, the opponent sure won't either. And applies it to pro level play. Honestly, not entirely inaccurate. So fairly accurate. This is also not a fake cloak. This smelled so much like a fake cloak, but also getting Banshees makes legit no sense because there's 2 Oracles out, as well as an Observer and a Phoenix. So getting a Banshee right now would probably be the worst thing you could do. This Cyclone could die. You can kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Take it out. Lose an Oracle. I'm literally ShoWTimE's hype man on the side, you know, as he's about to do something stupid. You've had like 5 beers with your friends. And there's like a little, you know, like a little canal or something, or like a little pond that you think your friend says, I think I can jump over that. And rather than being a good friend and saying, mate, you've had 3 beers. Perhaps we try tomorrow when we're sober. You know, I'm just there on the side. Jump, 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 jump. Like, you think I should take my phone out of my pocket? I'm just jump, jump, do it. And he's like, all right, I'll jump in. Jumps in, breaks his leg, phone broken. Lost his wallet somewhere in the pond as well. Gets attacked by a turtle. A snapping turtle in particular. These guys are very aggressive. They can bite off fingers. Don't think they do it very often. For how little damage snapping turtles do, I feel like I've heard quite a lot about them growing up. You know, snapping turtles are dangerous. I don't even know if there's snapping turtles in the Netherlands. I just knew that they were dangerous. That you don't mess with the snapping turtle. That's all I'm aware of. What's this Oracle doing? Nothing. Oh. Cyclone almost gets a kill on the Oracle, but not quite. ShoWTimE's entire army is in his main base, which is not a good move, because the army is arriving at the 3rd. This is a Banshee. Should get killed here by the Oracle Phoenix combination. See you later, alligator. No. No shot. Absolutely no shot. Sometimes I just like to open the unit tab and just look at the different portraits. And just based on the portrait, I think who is stronger. You know, I just match them up. See 63 probes against 2 mules. Alright, that's a win for the probes. 59 SCVs versus 1 observer. I think the SCVs win that. 7 zealots versus 4 medevacts. That's a draw. You just keep doing that. And I think in the end you'll realize that ShoWTimE here is winning. Just by portrait matching. How? What? Where did this guy come from? I have no clue, and neither does ShoWTimE! Oh my god, Colossus gets to live. To die another day. Huge moves here, as Gumiho loses about 8-9 supply. ShoWTimE, man, he's defending. He's still standing better than he ever did. Looking like a great survivor. Feeling like a little kid. But he's still standing after all this time. And he's getting double forge upgrades as well. Bunch of Vikings in production. Nice little depot drop as Gumiho was severely supply blocked. Still is going to be supply blocked in a little bit from now. Ghosts are being popped out. Finally, we have some upgrades on the way. You know what would have been great to have here, ShoWTimE? A prism. You know what also would have been great to have for that prism? 4 zealots in there. With upgrades. What's the chance he flies in this mine? 1, 2, 3. That was close. Stim is going to be utilized. Will not be useful though. These Vikings might catch the Oracle, but they won't. Ah, but they might though. 1 Phoenix? Oracle? No. 1 more Phoenix? 2 Phoenixes go down. That's not great. Very far from great even. Armory goes up in the main base. Is there 2 E-bays yet? No, just a single E-bay. Prism now on the way. No Prism speed though. Second robotics facility coming in together with 3 gateways. Somewhat exciting. Shoot it. More Vikings on the way here. 3 ghosts as well as +2 upgrades. God, I hate Widow Mines. If there's one unit I could remove from the game, it would be the Mutalisk. But if there would be another unit I could remove, it would be the Lurker. And then the Roach. And then the Queen. And then the Zergling with Adrenal Glands. The Ravager. The Hydralisk. And the Baneling. But after all of those units, and also taking out the Ghost, I think the Widowmine would be next. Probably. That's how much I dislike it. It's very high up on that list. Definitely top 10 unit that I hate. After most of the Zerg units that are around. And the Ghost. 6 Ghosts out on the map. 7 Vikings as well. Here we go with the Fusion Core. Second starport. ShoWTimE probably wants to finish the game before Liberators pop out again. What is this? Imagine being in this squad. Look at the walkie-talkie. Guys, where's the medevac? We just used STIM. I repeat, we just used STIM. We require backup from a medevac. Guys? We're taking out 6 workers. Where's the medevac, guys? Idiots. This came completely out. A massive Zealot run by in the main base here. 14 SCVs get taken out. Nice rotation out of ShoWTimE. There's only 4 disruptors on the map currently. Should be enough though to take out this base. Oh, big blink forward. Command center gets blasted here as well. 4 Colossus against 7 Vikings. I think ShoWTimE needs to piss off here. He needs some zoning shots. And he needs to take out Vikings that are chasing him. What's the gateway count? We're at 8. 2-2 is still a little bit away. Oh, no. ShoWTimE. No. Tobias Sieber. No. This is not a fight we want to be taking pre-2-2. This is not a fight we want to be taking pre-2-2. 2-2 is so close, my friend. We should wait for it. Perhaps giving up all of our Colossus is also not the ideal play, but it's not the end of the world. There's already a counter for them, so yes, they would definitely dish out some damage. It wouldn't be brilliant. It would not be brilliant. 5th base is now up. Where are these Zealots going? Hello? They're going to take out this tasty lope. Something for dinner tonight. Lips on the way. Oh, ShoWTimE doesn't like those. He remembers from last game what happened. This is really the only chance that Gumiho has as well. Like, I'm just thinking about these things, right? It's like, what are the chances for Gumiho to win this game? Getting +2 ship weapons and 10 Liberators out. That is a win condition. ShoWTimE should be taking a 6th base, yeah. Dark Shrine, higher gateway count, that's ideal. This is a nice move. This is such a nice move. ShoWTimE probably would have liked to have some type of observer here. Liberators not quite in position. I think we go in here. ShoWTimE, I think we trade. We trade while we can trade. You know? That's what you do here in this game. You're out mining by a significant margin. Single Marine gets sent out. Observer gets moved forward. I like that. Needs to be careful to not fly in the turret. This is... Oh, what? How is that out of turret range? That's mad. That looked so in range, but whatever.
Complete.
There's now 4 Liberators out, which means defending the 4th base is still going to be very hard. 11 Disruptors out on the map. Vikings get cleared. Purification Nova, Purification Nova. Poof, poof, poof. One Marine goes down. Hate to be that guy. Hate to be his best friend. Ship weapons level 2 about to finish up as well here. Never humanize individual Terran units. It's not a good thing to do. Same with Zerglings. It's a pain if you get too attached to them mentally. Decent enough control here out of ShoWTimE. I think ShoWTimE really needs to start breaking though. He needs cannons at his own bases and he needs to start breaking the opponent. This is absolutely key. We have Shadow Stride on the way. We have a lot of gateways. 12. I would like to see maybe 4 more gateways. And I would like to see 6 more cannons over here. This base is now under siege. We're really one bad move away from dying though, as ShoWTimE lovers. That is not a good thing. This is not a good situation to be in. There's no stalkers with this army, so blinking forward on top of these medevacs is going to be difficult. Well, impossible until these stalkers finish up at least. You have the Disruptor army still on the map. This is scary though, trust me. This does get taken out, but these 2 ghosts stay alive. We have another big army move out. There's not enough here really to deal with this. And just Stalker Disruptor can't attack into Liberator zones. Oopsies. Kind of a big bad game over here. 166 supply to 184. Fifth base now on the way. If this 5th base goes up, we have a game on our hands, as we like to call it. Phoenix needs to move to the top left. He's going to move to the top left. This 5th base can't go up. This Liberator needs to be stopped as well. Sensor tower. Boosto. Absolutely Boosto here. Moving in, moving in, moving in. This is a nice position to attack into, actually, because there's only 1 lib here. 6 Liberators total, but where are they? Like half of them are busy harassing. This base should be toast. This base is toast. This feels a lot more all-in out of ShoWTimE than I think it probably should be. There's a bunch of bio just idling as well. Gumiho forgetting that he has the all-army hotkey. This Liberator's dealing some damage. This Phoenix finally cleans up this bad boy. 64 workers to 53. Supplies right now are even. Income pretty much even. DT count is too low to snipe planetaries. I'm really scared for ShoWTimE here. Like, really, really afraid for him. I think he's losing. I actually think he's losing. Which shouldn't be the case at all. It really shouldn't be the case. ShoWTimE just doesn't have the map control at the moment. Oh, huge team forward. All of these disruptors in a world of trouble. ShoWTimE did not expect the flank. Loses, well, the part of the army that deals damage, which is not a great thing to have happen to you. This is not a planetary yet. A blunder here out of Gumiho, who's going to lose this. At least forced to live, but Stalkers will take it out most likely. We have a full-on base trade scenario right now. Disruptors at home could play a very significant role. This base trade is much better for ShoWTimE than the last base trade was. And last base trade, but okay, I can't believe he lost all of his disruptors. That's so painful for him. This Purification Nova is not going to get in there. Planetary in a bit of trouble. Refinery taking a beating against these Stalkers as the fortress goes down. 40 workers going down at a rapid pace as well. Can we get some DT spread in warp-ins? I think that is going to save ShoWTimE's butt over here. If he can take out 2 more orbital commands, this one, and then starts just sending in DTs one by one to deal with this Terran threat, I think that would be a huge deal. ShoWTimE still has the ability to go back home as well. He has more mining. He's going to try and defend this base. Here we go. EMPs, are they available? No EMPs available. What is the scan count like? Every single command center right now is up in the air. That means that these DTs are going to be having a field day. No EMPs available. No scans here because our command center's not there. This bad boy is going to try and land right now. Here comes Gumiho moving in at the moment. I think ShoWTimE might be doing it. These DTs are going to save the day. Scan loses 3 DTs for free. Sloppy play, sloppy play. As a single Marauder is being lifted. Oh, GG gets called. As ShoWTimE wins the game, but boy, this was way too close. This was way too close. Shouldn't have ever happened like that. He was in such a dominant position. Almost gave it away. 482 APM on average there in that last game. The ShoWTimE half. What an absolute monster when it comes to the Protoss versus Terran matchup. A beast. A machine. Faster than the average Zerg player. Mentally as well as physically. The form on this guy. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. I'm not quite sure if I can find this, but I've watched a video of ShoWTimE jump roping. And that stuff is inspirational as well. He made Mike Tyson's jump roping skills look like an amateur, is all what I'm gonna say. Okay? Like an amateur, I tell you. Like an amateur. Okay, is Wardy here now, or what's he doing? Disruptor should have an upgrade that removes friendly fire on the Disruption Nova and instead makes it regenerate shields. What? Oh, he went offline? Why would he go offline? Didn't feel like it anymore. What's map 3? You would like to know that, wouldn't you? Grassland. The map is going to be Grassland. Ooh. Harstem's chat always has the best balance suggestions. For how good the community is, the balance suggestions and the YouTube chat always is a little bit disappointing. Just, you know, you read some of the stuff in there. Sometimes I'll go through the VOD and then I can read the chat. You can replay the chat with it. There's some nuggets of wisdom that I miss while I'm streaming. We call this retroactive banning, you know? Is that what you call it? No, that's not what you call it. But I will ban them afterwards, is what I'm trying to say. You know, I just have a read. Sometimes, I learned this lesson as a streamer a long time ago. Sometimes you don't necessarily need a good reason to ban someone. But if, you know, if you feel like that person might attract similar people to themselves, you might want to just take them out altogether. You know? It sets a bad precedent to have these people in your community. You just remove them ASAP. Even if they haven't really done anything wrong, you just take them out. I always say I'd rather shoot too fast than too slow. This is the case with streaming in general. It's better be too quick at stopping something than too slow. Because once it's too slow, your community kind of gets infested with idiocy, and that's dangerous. Because it's way easier to turn a good community into an idiotic community than to turn an idiotic community into a good community. Like, it's very difficult. So you always got to be careful there. All right. The final game of today between these two players. So not the final game of the day, but the final game between these two. ShoWTimE in the top left versus Gumiho in the bottom right. What is this? Just double gas, double gas, double gas, double gas. That is actually kind of high tier. Goes back to what he won with. This is the most basic game theory that I've seen in my life. I love it. Is jokes idiocy? You never know. Joke too much and you might just get taken out, my friend. That's the way of the world. Is this the new patch? No. This is the old patch. All major tournaments will be played on the current live patch. Don't forget that the balance changes are merely proposed changes. Things can still be removed, things can be added. Although I'm not expecting huge things to be added. Maybe some things will still be added. Oh, I played some games this morning, my friends. I wish you could see them. Well, you can. I'll upload them tonight on YouTube. Oh! PvZ right now. It is a matchup which is defined by fun. There's just things happening and no one really is sure of what is happening, but you just know that it's happening, you know? It's like you want to be a part of it as well. That's all you need to know. That's all you will know. Like I played some games against someone opening a Hydra Banal into Infestors that would knurl my Colossus as I was pushing out on the map. I did not enjoy that. But the fact that Infestors were built in that situation, the fact that I got Hydra Bane attacked off of like a low drone count. Exciting stuff. Truly exciting stuff. I played some games against Lurkers as well that were exciting. I played some... Literally every game I played has been very exciting. Except some of them. The Baneling is now truly an early game unit. Yeah. Oh, well, early to mid game. And Zergs are struggling to figure something else out. It is fantastic. Double... I was going to say double Banelings, but this is double batteries, of course. 3 Reapers and a Hellion. Or a car, as we call it here. Car. Get a couple of cars. That's how they say it in Rhode Island. 1 Reaper and a car. And a Cyclone. Or 3 Reapers and a car. Wait, I thought it was 1. No, 3. Where's the other 2? Wait, why is he leaving them at home? Look, I love this guy, but... Why are we building 3 Reapers and then just chilling at home? Like, what is this? He's just making the stuff up as he goes. But then the builds are too tight for it. So I know that he's practiced this. I always wonder who Gumiho's practice partners are. I think I might have actually, you know, ended it all if Gumiho was my standard practice partner. Play like 2 games against Gumiho, you lose to like a 3 Marine, half a Reaper, 2 Mine walking into your natural, while in your main base 2 Cyclones get dropped, while a Liberator with range sieges up as well. Like, this is 5 minutes into the game, how is this possible? Then you check, at home he has 4 command centers building and 2 more starports as well as a fusion core. It's like, holy crap, I want to end myself. It must not be fun. And even when you beat it, it's like, well, the build sucks, no wonder he loses. But then when you get destroyed, it feels awful. It's no fun. Yeah, this was Oracle into Phoenix. Robotics facility as a follow-up. But robotics facility is so freaking late. Holy crap. I think ShoWTimE might just die here. Single battery out. Is now gonna get kind of blasted in the face. There's a Raven behind this. Plus 2 more gases. A second barracks. No third barracks yet. Liberator shows up in towards the main base. I don't think ShoWTimE's gonna die. I take that back. I don't understand what the Reapers are doing in this push. They're just gonna throw some grenades for banter, or what's the play here? I actually have no clue. Come on, buddy. That's good! It started. Okay, Lip gets cleaned up. How many Marines is this? 7. No, it's 8. I can't count. 2 Cyclones. I almost feel like Phoenixes would want to kill those. You know, you fly and then you go. I think you go. Ooh, it's scary, but I think I would have gone. I think I would have killed 3 Marines, then lost 2 Phoenixes to the Cyclones. But I would have pretended like it was worth it. The tech for ShoWTimE is extremely bad, though. There's no Robo Bay yet. Look at this. This thing went down 6 minutes into the game. This is not looking too hot. And there's 2 tanks. If ShoWTimE goes in here, he's gonna get obliterated, yeah? What he needs to do is he needs to kill 5 workers. And he needs to do it right now, because that turret is about to finish up, and then that plan is out of the way. Oh, Raven Snipe! Raven Snipe! Okay, he's gonna lose 1 Phoenix, maybe 2. One Phoenix goes down. 2 Phoenixes go down for a Raven. Honestly, not a good trade. Yet it was worth it. Because ShoWTimE has no Colossus. He's gonna maybe have 1 Colossus by the time the first push is going to hit. Wait, never mind. What? There's only stim. No combat yet. Alright, the first push is gonna hit in 5 minutes from now. Good lord. Gumiho has builds for days, my friends. Oracle pops in as well. What? There's no turret in the main. Wait, there is a turret in the main base. How did I not see that? But this turret is very keen on defending this refinery for now. Kind of a zoning turret, you know, making sure that Phoenixes can't fly here. And then you have units positioned close by. That's the play. Okay, we have charge. We have a Colossus. We have +1. Better upgrades for Gumiho. Check. More workers for Gumiho. Well, not a check there. Wait, what are we attacking? What was that? I guess it was just a Marine. A cheeky little scouting Marine. Stasis Ward soon will have more vision. Rather than just the 4 it has right now, it will have 7. I still want to know who the Protoss player is that managed to get that one in there. God, I want to talk to this guy. I want to talk to this guy so bad. This guy's a master negotiator. This is the person you want, you know, for a hostage situation. If you can convince a Terran and a Zerg player that the Stasis Ward requires 3 more vision range, you have a gift. And that gift needs to be utilized outside of just the Balance Council. You know, we need to do something with that. I suggest that if aliens ever invade, we're sending this Protoss player in. It's like, you just go, mate. Like, by the time this guy is done with the aliens, we'll have their spaceship, they will be speaking our language, and they will be working for us while paying us. That is how good this guy is. +3 vision on the Stasis Ward. I have no clue how this got in. Beautiful stuff. 2-2 upgrades coming out as Gumiho is optimizing for a 2-2 timing attack most likely. He's pretending to move out here. Terrans sometimes do this. No one really knows why they do this. It's the maybe feel like they have map control. This is very risky though, because if he gets caught out of position, he might just end up dying. We have 5 more zealots being warped in. Prism coming out soon. 2-2 is going to be freaking hard. Actually freaking hard. The robotics facility, second robotics facility now on the way. It's a little bit late, honestly. I wouldn't mind seeing a 3rd robotics facility. Ooh, nice move. Sacrificing 3 units to clear a Stasis Ward. Could have done it with 1, but of course with 3 it's more fun. You're stuck together with time. Woo! Having such a good time over there. 4 tanks in position. I think this push would have been really cool if there was 4 Vikings with it. Without the Vikings, and technically still possible that it achieves something, but also very possible that it achieves absolutely nothing. I think ShoWTimE needs to send his entire Zealot force across the map. Like, honestly. So, in my mind, what you do here is you take this 5th base, you send all Zealots across the map, and then you pretend like you want to hold this base. That is literally all you do. Because there's no way you're going to hold this base. But there's no way that the guy on the other side of the map is going to hold your 25 Zealots. Like, literally, just every single Zealot, you send it across the map, kill this. Tanks can't just A-move into your army. They can't just doom drop into your main either. It's not possible. Like, the Zealots are not contributing to this defense. Oh, he's gonna go in? This might have potential as well as a fight, actually. I hadn't even quite thought of that, but it is 2-2 against just +2. So it is scary. I would be too afraid to do this. ShoWTimE is never afraid, though. Never give up, never surrender. He does get a good Purification Nova. Gets a clean up. Superior eco, superior bank. Don't continue chasing here. Definitely don't continue chasing. 3-3 already on the way for Gumiho, though, is really what worries me. Look at these Vikings as well going ham. 1 Colossus goes down. 2nd Colossus on the way down to the Undertaker as well. Will survive for now. But the funeral home has been booked. He knows where he's going. Ship weapons level 1 on the way. Fairly late, may I say. The fourth planetary also isn't in a decent time, but I still prefer Gumiho's position. I think he came out ahead from that little engagement, that little trade. Okay, second starport. I'm digging it. I really am digging this. Reactor goes down. And if you're having another fight at 3-3 versus a 3-0 Protoss force that has a significant amount of zealots, like zealots are going to be melting like ice in a warm climate, which, you know, if it's warm outside, ice melts very quickly. Some of you might know that. Some of you might even have experience with that. Having like a nice popsicle, ready to devour this bad boy, but over a longer period of time. But then the weather conditions force you to constantly kind of be licking the side of the popsicle, because it's just like a constant drip of individual lines of popsicle juice coming off. And what should have been a relaxing moment turns into a living nightmare as your hands are now covered in sticky juice. Wasps start attacking you. And as you check your phone, you see your significant other has broken up with you. Life will never be the same as before. God, I hate popsicles. +1 ship weapons is about to finish up, and advanced ballistics is about 10 seconds in. Or 15 seconds in. Graphitic drive, finally. Hell, it's about time. That's a... Woo! That is 4 disruptors that go down before getting a purification nova off. One purification over there, though, makes up a whole lot. This is the problem with not having any armor upgrades at all, is that zealots are just freaking balls. Like, your actual army doesn't fight. It's all purification nova, purification nova. This was not a good fight for ShoWTimE. I mean, losing 4 disruptors for free generally is considered to be a mistake, and it's a mistake that ShoWTimE made here. Don't forget, this game is being played on the Western United States server. I know they say West Coast, Best Coast, but it's not the case if you're from Europe and you have to play with 170 ping. That's definitely going to be a factor in these games. It is not a surprise that Gumiho wins both games on West and that ShoWTimE wins the one game that they play on Central. Makes you wonder why the setup is West, Central, West and not Central, West, Central. But, you know, I've been saying this for years now. We're being bamboozled live. Live bamboozlement here. Good fight, though, out of Gumiho, who now has a setup in which he can, you know, he can go the distance. Fifth base is being rebuilt somewhere. 2 more Liberators on the way. This starport has been constructed, but I think Gumiho forgot to hotkey it. He needs to swap these two. Okay, and he has it hotkeyed. He just needs to swap them. Come on, buddy. Go for the swapperino. 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 Is this really necessary? Watch him win with that move. I feel like this move carries more risk. Like the risk-reward ratio is kind of off here. Because what is the reward? Maybe you win the game faster, but there's an actual chance you lose the game. Which is kind of scary, I think. If you care about winning, at least it is. ShoWTimE managed to once again stabilize, at least semi-stabilize. We now have Gumiho moving towards the bottom side without medevacs once more. This is a Gumiho classic. Is there Templar in here? Well, it doesn't really matter what was in there. I think it was Zealots. Whatever it was, it's now gone. Bang, bang, you're dead, says Gumiho. It's always so easily said. Ship weapons level 2 finally on the way. Took some time as well over there. There's two more command centers on the way. Gumiho has a very odd little style when it comes to adding command centers, and in general has an odd little style. Six Liberators are out. Okay, once this gets set up, I think Honestly, ShoWTimE is kind of toast. Not a fan of that at all. He's fighting before his flank can come in as well. Only has 1 armor upgrade, which is an issue, obviously. Zealots, like, this is the problem with the Zealots. No armor on the Zealots, this is the problem. Getting absolutely destroyed here. Now, eventually this is going to get pushed back, but then there's an army on the bottom side, which our good friend still needs to deal with as well. Super Battery does get activated. There's no Medivacs with this army for God knows why, but it's not here. A recall. That's going to be, what, 8, 9 Marauders that will just go down. Purification of us. 1. Hello? Loses 2 Disruptors practically for free. Once again, we have these very low Marauders going in. ShoWTimE, I think, is actually slowly but surely stabilizing. Gumiho can't get a big push going for whatever reason. Keeps losing fights that he shouldn't. Right now has 0 Ghost in the army. The Ghost is the best unit in the entire game. The EMP is literally completely boosto. Yet, there's no Ghost. Okay, here we go. 5 Ghosts on the way. Ship weapons level 2. What is needed right now to win is some freaking Liberators and 5 Ghosts. That's all we need. Literally all we need right now. ShoWTimE, if ShoWTimE manages to get map control here, I think Gumiho... What is Gumiho? Why does he keep moving out without Medivacs? What is this? Who told him this was a good move? You think this is like a joke or something that Maru and Beyond pulled on him? He's just bullying the other Terrans in Korea. It's like, you know what me and my friends have been doing lately, Gumiho, the real cool guys? We move out without Medivacs on the map. God, we have so much success with it. You know, they showed him some examples. It's like fake news. You see, like these AI-generated replays that they sent Gumiho. Gumiho's like, oh, this looks fake. No, it's not fake. We all play the no Medivac style right now. Gumiho's like, all right, I'll practice it. I'll practice it in my final game versus ShoWTimE here. Stalker Zealot Colossus showing up at this third base location. Big blink forward. Purification Nova, yes! Gets a couple of Marauders. ShoWTimE pushing his opponent back. What a phenomenal game here out of ShoWTimE, really. Needs to get some of these armor upgrades. It would be nice to have for so many gateway units. He has 21 Stalkers, 19 Zealots. No armor upgrades, except for the +1. So, I guess he does have an armor upgrade, but he doesn't have 3. Now, I want to see 3 armor upgrades. What's the lip count? It's 0. That means that Disruptors will reign supreme for now. Here comes a flank. And where are the Ghosts? Once again, out of position at the start of this fight. Purification Nova is also not available though, and with the superior upgrades, I think Gumiho is going to be just fine. +2 Vikings definitely do pack a punch against those Colossi as we continue to push on forward. Completely overstimmed on this army once more, as this is also a Gumiho special at this point. Super Battery gets activated, but is going to get cancelled and killed. One more stim should go down. This army is bleeding out. Holy crap. Purification Nova is going to miss ever so slightly, as 7-8 Vikings do land here. Now go up and move in towards the main base. At the same time, more bases being taken out. ShoWTimE with a lot of cash in the bank, but not with an army that can fight, is finally, after 20 minutes of pain, physical and mental, will be forced to tap out here. I think I don't see a way for him to win. He's gonna need some fabulous disruptor shots, and even then, there's too much income right now for Gumiho, and there's simply too little here for ShoWTimE. 20 workers have gone down already. Purification Nova, well, not quite going to connect, but it was close. The final 2 disruptor shots, not quite going to hit either, as this really should be it. We have a large Marine Marauder force, a couple of Liberators with it. Viking still going ham as another Nexus drops dead. 55 workers to 67. We have a 7th base moving in position. And my dear friends, this is what we call a good game. Okay, I need to actually figure out what the next server is that we're going to. So, it's always exciting. Awkwardly stretching and yawning. It's always hard in the morning. I think we're staying on an A. But I could be wrong. Let's have a look what the next match is. Trigger versus Serral. That's a banger, actually. Certified. Semi-certified banger. And after that, Maru versus ShoWTimE. Those are all certified bangers. Well, while we're out waiting here, by the way, my friends, may I alert everyone that I will be hosting the Archon for Everyone tournament soon. I'll post it in the chat. You can go to my Discord to find friends to play with, or you can have your own friends. You can sign up with any amount of players, from 2 to 5 players. It happens on the 3rd of September. Right now there is, I believe, 10 teams available. I know there's going to be quite a few more. But yeah, that should be exciting. It's your chance not only to have a good time with your friends, play some StarCraft 2, but also to play against some of the professional teams. Maru has signed up. I know Elaser is in. Team Clem is in. It's actually called Team Melam. There's a team called Boom Goes the Dynamite. The Dynamite. You watched a lot of StarCraft 2. You've never seen Trigger play. Trigger is... He is to Protoss what Charles Darwin was to evolution. A driving force, my friend. A driving force. Actually, Charles Darwin went by boat, I think. A boating force. A boating force to be reckoned with. To be reckoned? To be reckonings. Trigger plays Protoss in a way that not very many people can. Who's playing with Elaser? I think it's a team of 5 people. I think Special is in there. I think Calazur might be in there. I think Spirit is in there. Rainer? Lambo? I don't know. We're ready to go. Yeah, don't worry about it. There's going to be loads of low-level players as well, or well, lower level players. The entire point is that everyone is allowed to participate, and that it's encouraged to participate as well. That's the entire point. Have as many people play. And Archon mode is a little bit less intimidating than 1 versus 1 often. What race is Team Miko? I think they're playing Terran, but I could be wrong. All right, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, and other creatures of the sea. It is time for the match of the day. In the bottom left, spawning as our red Zerg player, playing for Team Basilisk. It is Serral. And in the top right, also playing for Team Basilisk, the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest thing to ever come out of Canada, if you don't count maple syrup and casually explains videos. It is Trigger. Not many people know this, but I think Trigger is partially Korean. He has a Korean name at least. I think it's Yoon. Spelled like this, if I'm not mistaken. I also have some background information. I think his parents own a garlic farm. And he knows, but despite his parents owning a garlic farm, Trigger knows very little about garlic. He promised me though, next time that I go to a tournament, he's going to buy some garlic for, or not buy, he's going to bring some garlic for me. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm a huge garlic fan. And I wonder if garlic straight from the, the greatest garlic farm in Canada is going to taste better than the garlic I buy in my local supermarket. Cybernetic score going down. So you have a second gas as well on the way. We'll see what's going to happen here. Trigger so far has scouted a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Seen everything that's necessary. Yeah, Archon is several people controlling one player in the game. It's really fun with your friends. The reason why we have mods is generally that the moment there's no moderators and no rules, the chat tends to turn into degeneracy. So most of the times if mods give a warning, it is to steer the direction or the chat in a direction where it tends to be more about what's actually happening. It's completely fine if people want to discuss things that are either tangentially related or if they want to insult each other, but I think it's fine in larger communities if, you know, it's just a lot of spamming and it's, you know, a bit more toxic and good old fun. But I think if you have smaller communities, I think personally it's nice to have a slightly harsher moderated chat. Which, well, I think what counts as the StarCraft community, and just in my chat personally, I also think is a smaller community. I think it's nice to have it a little bit more moderated. Otherwise it tends to... Because people remember each other's names, they tend to hold grudges, and then people keep infighting with each other. I don't mind if people fight, just do it outside of the chat. I don't think it's so much about skipping particular issues, it's more just about keeping the tone somewhat nice. Most of the time. And also, I mean, it's just a warning. It's not the end of the world. Void Ray on the way, prismatic alignment gets used. So Void Ray first. This is a typical trigger move over here. Too many overlords on the way for Serral right now. So we have what is this? He's gonna get a fast layer. Oh, shot. Spores on the way. Do have an Oracle follow-up as well as 2 more assimilators. Adept gets taken out. Is that the second adept that just fell? Poor start for Trigger. This Oracle is going to go in pretty much unspotted, but it won't matter. Serral's in position anyway. There is a unit in the wall, just barely in time. Good move there out of Trigger. Roach Warren in the natural wall. The robotics facility gets built in the main base. Thank you, Stickman Demolition Team, for the 2,000 yen. I wonder what the follow-up is going to be for Trigger. Very common to see people follow this up with Forge in Twilight. We see Forge into Robo out of Trigger. Trying to take out this hatchery, that's not going to succeed. This Void Ray still flying around, now making a move towards the ramp. It's not going to get anything done here. Will be forced away by these 2 queens. Robotics facility finishes up. Robo Bay. Okay. Okay. Alright. Trigger playing a very passive game. And Serral playing the opposite of a passive game as he throws down a Spire. It's going to go ham here on the Muras. Fort base will start soon. This is a difficult map for Protoss generally. I think Trigger is going to play Disruptors. I think, but I could be wrong. It's supposed to be Colossus actually. Stalkers makes me feel Colossus more than anything else. Disruptor is more of a unit that gets built in combination with Archon. But it's only a single Robo. Okay, single Robo Colossus. Now, the Colossus has one bad thing about itself, and that's that it can't really attack air. And Mutas do happen to be air. Good. Recall. 4 Stalkers get saved. Nice. Very nice. Actually very nice. Scout heading in towards the main base. 8 gas being taken right now for Serral. How aware of all of this is Trigger? He has an observer over here. Doesn't seem very aware at all. Doesn't seem very aware at all. Uh-oh. Colossus now done. Templar Archives on the way. 10 Mutas on the way. He needs some vision here. He needs some freaking vision on these hatcheries. He needs to figure out what's kicking off. 12 Mutas to start. Now the question is, will it be Mass Muta or is it going to be Baneling Roach as a follow-up? Okay, more Mutas. 5th base over halfway done. 81 workers. This is starting to smell a little bit to me like it is going to be a Muta all-in. Well, Mass Muta. Not like a Muta all-in. There's no such thing. Try to kill your opponent with Mutas doesn't really work. You kill your opponents with Banelings always. You build the Mutas to get ahead, and then you build Banelings to win the game. Here we go. Not a single Phoenix is out yet. There's 1 Void Ray, which is nice. Stalkers, not 2. It's not enough either. Main base is toast. Absolutely toast right now. I think you could try and take out this Void Ray as well if you really want to. 7 workers go down, 8 workers go down, 10 workers go down, 12 workers go down. This is game over. This is game over. Yep. Get a wave of Banelings over here, I think. That's what you do. Just continue with Pureling Muta. 21 Mutas out, 2 more on the way, 6 more on the way. Now we see Serral trying to bust in towards the natural. Phoenix gets taken out here. Too slow there is Trigger. Stalker count is at 6. They do have Blink. There's just nothing to back this up. I think you can almost just right-click these units. And then return later with more Mutas. There's simply not enough Stalkers here. There's not enough anti-air. This is how you always lose. You don't have anti-air. That is so sad, actually. That is so sad. These Lings are in quite some trouble. Gonna be sent away, because there's too many cannons here. But now we have an attack across the map as well. 1 Colossus, a bunch of slow Zealots, and 2 Stalkers. There's 24 Mutas out. So the moment the Mutas go back home, they will kill absolutely everything. Serral's not even gonna go home. He's just gonna use a couple of Mutas to clean all of this up. GG gets caught, as indeed Serral wins game number 1 with relative ease. Trigger not expecting the Mutas whatsoever. Gets completely blindsided. As a result, straight up loses the game. Kinda sloppy. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Muta speed should be an upgrade? Really? Oh, we're moving... Oh, you can be serious. We're moving to EU right now. Every time we move server, we need to patch for some reason. Because Blizzard has decided that that's the way to go. Well, I don't think they've decided it. That's just what happened accidentally, somehow, some way. Who that Trigger is, looks like a noob. He's very good. See, this is what often happens when Serral plays against people. I think it's unlikely Trigger takes a game, but it's not impossible. That's the thing about StarCraft 2. It's always possible. Trigger has taken games of good people. Trigger took out Beyond the other week. 2-0, I think it was. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a month and a half ago. Trigger is up there. He's taken out MaxPax as well. Trigger is quite powerful. Unfortunate that he ends up losing the first map that gets played on America. Because now we're going to Europe, which is where the ping is significantly worse for Trigger. That's just the way it is, my dear friends. Indeed, just the way it is. Alright. Invite me to... Has Serral dropped a map yet in this tournament? No, he's 3-0-6-0. Actually, he's 3-0-7-0 because he has the 1-0 versus this guy. And after this, he still plays against Gumiho as well, which is going to be later today at some point. But I'm not sure if I'm going to stream all the way up until then. I have to wait and see how I feel. I find it fairly unlikely that that's what's going to happen. It just takes so long to switch in between things. It really sucks. Okay, there we go. Because we need to swap from Europe to NA, from Europe to NA, from NA to Europe, etc., etc. They switch from East to Europe. But because I think there is something got introduced yesterday. I don't know what it is. It's like a hotfix of some bugs or something, or just some bugs were in there and they did some maintenance. And then for some reason only Europe has been patched and North America hasn't been. So yeah, make of that what you will, but it's fairly annoying. It's indeed fairly annoying. What's map 2 and 3? I have no clue. We don't get told. Do you get more money if we watch the full ad? I have no clue. I never check this stuff. Probably, but I'm not sure. Best Protoss unit based on looks? I mean, surely the best unit based on looks has to just be the Zealot, no? The Zealot looks the coolest. Like a true warrior. No fancy weapons, just using the fist. It has side blades, I guess. It looks like he's punching stuff. Why do you need to swap constantly? So at tournaments, in order to keep the ping exactly, well, not exactly the same, but the fairest, what they do is if you have a player from Canada versus a player from Europe, you play one game on the European server and you play one game on the Eastern, what's it called? West America East, Eastern United States server. There we go. Or Central United States. I don't know what they actually play on. It might just be Central. So yeah, that's what happens. So then we need to swap in between the servers back and forth every game. I honestly kind of hope that Serral just ends up winning this game, because then we don't have to swap again. Well, we have to go back to NA anyway, I think. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. The Dark Templar with the sight looks by far the worst. If you think the Dark Templar just has nice gadgets, it's not a cool looking unit at all. Zero fun. DDT is the type of, you know, you just spending cash on like cool looking blades. So it gets blink and stuff. The Zealot is a true warrior. That's what you want. What would you rather be trapped in a room with for 2 hours? A Defiler or a Zergling? I don't actually know what a Defiler looks like, but a Zergling sounds okay. I think they're quite small. I think I could take one out. No, I probably couldn't. It's like an angry dog with very big claws. I think I would lose, actually. I came across your how to beat advanced AI. I was super excited as I suck. I want to prove to AI I have a bigger brain. Then I saw you use Terran and I was disappointed as a bad Protoss player. I'm sorry, Greg D. Sometimes that's just how life is. Thanks for the 70 Zuid-Afrikaanse rand. Tempest looks kind of cool, but it's not really a, you know, a person. You know, it's a ship. Ships are always gonna look cooler. Yeah, when I think of a unit, I really want like just a unit, you know? Is this the PTR? No, it's not. Probably should just put that somewhere. That's actually very annoying as well. I won't do that. Which StarCraft 2 units could Harstem beat in a fight? Probably very little. I think all StarCraft 2 units have significantly better armor than I have on a daily basis, and also they have weapons, which I don't have. So I think I just lose. I don't even think I could beat an SCV. Like, they have a drill in their hand. Probes have some type of mad attack. They deal 5 damage. I think I only have legit 1 HP. Like, I'm worse than a critter. I think I would lose the most critters, honestly. Despite them not having any attack damage most of the time. Like, I don't think there's actually any unit that I could kill. Like... Maybe a drone? Drones look freaking tiny. Have you guys ever seen the picture of the real-life drone, where it's like a grilled drone? It's like a very famous picture on the StarCraft subreddit. I've seen it many times. It looks like someone has like a grill. I'm not sure if it's grilled. I think it's like a food. It looks like a drone. Is this the latest patch? I heard Protoss got really nerfed. Don't touch my buttons, my friends. Today is not the day. I was reading some tweets yesterday as well. This is why Twitter. Sorry, I was reading some seats. Access. I don't actually know what they call them. I was reading some Xeters yesterday. I was visiting x.com yesterday, and I was reading some X from my favorite Xers, X users. And what I saw there was that people were saying that it was a big Viper buff. At the moment you say that the Viper got a big buff, I think you're disqualified just for the next 6 months. You just get taken out of the discussion. Yeah, your speaking pass gets revoked. It really doesn't matter very much. I'm also not sure why that change is in there. I don't care. Just a quality of life change, really. It's like, this is not going to break balance or do anything. We've had plenty of quality of life changes for other races that were much better. It's mental. Check out Real Scale StarCraft with Giant Grand Games to have a general idea of the lore-friendly ratio of StarCraft 2 units. And the moment something goes in the realm of lore, I don't quite enjoy it. No, I don't like lore. It's an interesting build. Trigger opens up with a Void Ray. You know, I really like Void Ray openers. I sometimes forget how cool they are. Like, you have a Void Ray, you can fly around, you can defend things with it. I like the concept of it, I think. Just the Void Ray is just I think it's a good concept. I really do believe so. Wonder how I was gonna follow this up though. Money for the Protoss nurse support fund coming from Reddit. I hope the new Broodlords aren't complete. Thanks for the £5. Okay, sometimes I'm not sure if you guys are joking or not. It's very difficult for me to... If you say something like, they nerfed Disruptors and buffed Hydras, no. Like, I think you're joking, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, these two statements are true, but the freaking Baneling got it. The Baneling right now is a core unit for Protoss versus Zerg. The fact that it's gone means that Zerg needs... Well, it's gone. Significantly worse. Means that Zerg needs to transition out of it way faster, which is bad for Zerg. Like, they have less options. They just get to their options a little bit quicker. But they have less viable mid-game options. And their late game has also is worse. Protoss late game is better. Super late game I think might actually be better for Zerg. But anything before that is better for Protoss. You could argue that, well, that Terran didn't get better, but you could argue that maybe the change against Terran aren't big enough. But against Zerg, you really can't. Well, you could argue it, I guess. You'd just be incorrect. That's fine. If you have no problem being incorrect, you can definitely say that that Zerg is now better versus Protoss than before the patch. You're allowed to say it's a free country. Can't believe this Void Ray, sorry, this Overlord survived against the Void Ray. It's opening up with a fast double carrier opener. Ah, come on. Serral's so boring with his fast Spire and his knowledge of build orders. Oh, wait, he scouted. Oh, I thought that Serral was just gambling, but he just knows everything. That's so lame as well, though. This is an absolutely terrible build when it gets scouted. It's already a really bad build if it doesn't get scouted. Now add a scout in there and you're really looking at, you know, 25 to life here for trigger. This is not okay. I hope he transitions out of the carrier straight into Blink Stalkers. Just legit only builds 2 carriers and that's it. I think that would be okay. Everything else would suck massively in my mind. But I could be wrong. Carriers moving forward. They're gonna do nothing. I bet nothing gets killed. Unless he starts targeting down Zerglings. Yeah, he just started targeting down Zerglings. He realized it. I was like, wait, this is not doing anything. Where's for the Zerglings? That's so funny. What a move. Moves back home right now with those carriers. 12 Mutas on the way rather than Corruptors. That is interesting. Not sure if that is good or bad. It's just interesting for now. Loving this follow-up with Storm and Blink. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, actually. This is a build I like. I give this build 4 stars out of 5. And that is unheard of. It's 12 meters. I think it's going to be a Roach Baneling all in behind this. With Storm, I don't think this should work. If these Mutas kill any amount of workers, though, that could massively suck. Worker count very small for trigger here for some reason. Should be way higher right now. Rather than just at 68. Should be 75. Maybe even 78 at this point. But isn't quite the case as these Mutas continue dealing a lot of damage. 12 workers going down already. It's uber lame. This is a lot of cannons. Templars turning into Archons is bad news as well for Trigger. I think he's just dead, actually. I actually think he's just dead. God, this was the worst series I've seen all day. This was so bad. Imagine tuning in for this. That's the opposite of high tier. Super battery gets activated. 84 workers to 52. This game now is officially over. I like this build order so much. It's so cute, but it absolutely didn't work. We could call the build order terrible then, but that would just be false. I don't think this build was terrible. Yeah, it is what it is, my friends. It is what it is. Can you put a Tempest over here, you think? I think you could. Just asking for a friend. This game is absolutely over. And such is life sometimes. Such is life. New Cybercore on the way. I mean, this game is just... There's nothing going to happen here anymore. Serral makes this game look so easy. Actual fact. Sometimes you watch Serral play and you think that it looks very easy. You play Zerg yourself and all of a sudden you find that you're the world champion. Switch back to toss. Barely in Grandmaster. This happened to many people. I just can't think of any examples right now. 83 supply to 196. Trigger not very willing to leave here, which is understandable, because if he leaves the game, he will lose it. If you lose the game, you need to wait, because he's not playing in the next series. GG gets caught, Serral wins 2-0. This was not fun. This did not spark joy. As a Trigger fan, a Trigger enjoyer, someone that thinks Trigger is good, someone that likes Trigger, seeing him go 0-4 so far in Group A, that's not nice. Especially knowing that his final opponent is going to be ShoWTimE, who is not only very cool and knows how to jump rope at a high pace, he's also very good at the game. Okay, back to America. America! I don't think I'll play any games today on stream. I think I'll do the ShoWTimE versus Maru series still, and then I'll call it quits. Stalkers, ... Why even make them? They suck. That's a goated comment. The Stalker is the greatest bad unit that exists in the game, I think. This is a... Have you ever seen the meme with the complete idiot, then the nerdy guy in the middle, and then at the end you have the genius, and the guy, the caveman and the genius say the same thing. They say Stalker good, and then the nerd in the middle, like the angry nerd, is screaming something like, "Why do people even make Stalkers? They're so bad." Like, this is legitimately how it is. What is this meme called? Nerd, genius, caveman meme. It's like with a, what do you call it, a division? God, how can I not get these words? God, I'm so stupid sometimes. Just forget words completely. The thing about the Stalker is that it has unlimited potential in PvZ when there's oracles above it. So it can fight very well for long times. What is this stupid meme called? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. The bell curve meme. See, with the nerd. Yeah, like this. Thank you, the bell curve. Jesus Christ. The Dunning-Kruger meme? Nah, it's the bell curve meme gets it, actually. I'm trying to find a good one, but none of these are very funny. This one's okay. I like this one. This is the caveman meme. You hate the bell curve meme because usually they think they're on the wrong side. We need a set of Let's Plays with pro players playing the arcade for the first time. Just throw them way out of their element. I don't think we need that. Please check Discord to get Zoom link. What is this? I don't want the Zoom link. Should we pop into their Zoom? Wave at them and then piss off? It's called the Midwit meme. Harstem, stop talking and play a patch game. I told you already, I'm not playing a patch game today. I will upload a video of played patch games later today, but I will not be playing any games right now. As I'm very interested in this tournament, so I'll be casting a bit of this tournament, and then I'm going to be eating a little bit. You also don't need me to show you what the patch is like. Like, the entire point of it being public is that you too can play it. If you're lacking someone to play with, you can go to my Discord, and then there's loads of people that I'm sure would be down to play. Let me see, how do I invite people to my Discord? Here you go. Have you had any progress with the 6-year-old doorbell ringer? Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. The 6-year-old doorbell, like, I know where the 6-year-old doorbell ringer lives as well. We've done our research. We're aware of what's going on, but it's now officially over. It hasn't happened in a while. For people who are not aware, the 6-year-old doorbell ringer was legitimately a 6-year-old kid. After we started living here, they would just run up to our door, would ring our doorbell, and then would run away at a very high pace. We have camera, so we saw it. And it looked kind of funny, but it's also very annoying. Because, well, I'm either streaming or I'm often making a video or I'm in the middle of a game. I don't want to pause my game because some little idiot kid is constantly ringing my doorbell. It's annoying. And my wife also sometimes works from home and she'll be in like a call. She'll have to get out of the call and then open the door to see there's no one there. So I get a little bit frustrated. And then after a while, it just stopped happening. I think it went away. I don't know why. Maybe she turned 7, yeah. He's like too old for this now. Well, I'm not a baby no more. You know how age is really important for kids. Like crazy important for kids. If you talk with like a 5-year-old and the way that they talk about 4-year-olds is like with disdain. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm not 4 anymore. Like that's so childish. What? How old are you? Like 4.5 or something? You child? God, you're pathetic. It's like, oh, calm down. It's like so sick. It's like, mate, you still have so much to learn. You're so young, all of you. Harstem, when is the patch balance tournament going to be? It starts on the 26th and runs till the 28th. So it's the upcoming weekend, really. Or maybe starts on 27. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I remember doing it as well as a kid. But we usually used to do it at multiple houses if you did it. You don't just target the same house again and again and again. That is it, right? At least I don't recall that. We used to pick different houses and then run around, you know? We also didn't do it very often. Like once every year or something if you're really bored. That's what you do. Like, I don't know. Most of the time we had other things to do. Most of the time. Can relate. Was having that discussion with my 5-year-old daughter this morning about babies under 5. Yeah. It's so funny when you talk with younger kids. Like, I think once they turn into teenagers, once kids turn into teenagers, like maybe 12, 13, they become a bit more self-aware, but you still have a bit of that, you know, like the shaming of hanging out with someone that is 1 year younger than you. It's like, ew, that's so weird. You're 13 and you're hanging out with 12-year-olds. Like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, in StarCraft 2, you have like friends that are like 58, you know, and I'm like 23 or something. It's like, it's so different. All right, let's talk about the game a bit. Sorry. Reaper opening here, followed up by a Marine, which is being rallied back home. I think Maru believes he's being proxied for some reason. Which is not correct. This is a 1-base Stargate build, which seems to be just at a regular timing. Interesting opener for sure out of ShoWTimE. Not very common. Not very common at all. Nexus goes down now. This is a weird start. It really is. I don't quite see this too often. I don't see this quite too often. Probe's gonna get taken out, so no real scouting info here for ShoWTimE. You know what's really nice about knowing that the barracks was close by your base? Is that it is practically impossible for there to be a follow-up 1-1-1 pressure. Why is that the case? I hear you ask. Harstem, don't they still have a barracks, a factory, and a starboard? Why can't they push across the map? Well, the driving force often behind 1-1-1 pushes is going to be the Marine. But because the barracks spend such a significant amount of time flying back home and then still needs to build a reactor as well, it means the marine count is significantly lower than what it usually would be. So a push that usually would hit with 8 marines will now hit with 2 marines. That just means it's a non-viable push, because the Protoss tech tends to be the same time or maybe even faster. So it is very unlikely you can kill your opponent. That's why against a proxy Rex that is close to the Protoss base, we often see Protoss players play a little bit more greedy afterwards, with perhaps a slightly faster third base, or maybe some quicker tech as well. So like something like double Oracle into Twilight Council and then 3 gates. This is completely viable because a follow-up push is less likely to happen. This is why sometimes when Terrans open up with a barracks over here, and then fly it into the main, so it's like a fake proxy Rex, it can actually be better in a way. Even if your Reaper doesn't deal any damage, it is nice because you're still going to have a fast reactor. It is very similar to just a standard double gas opener in that regard. You might lose a single production cycle, but not much more than that. Follow-up here is going to be a Raven. We already have 2 barracks out, 3rd barracks here is on the way as well. Robotics facility is honestly surprisingly late, given what I just said. And the Viking has finished up. There's 2 Cyclones out. We now have a mine on the way. Maru with a very different opener than he was playing yesterday against MaxPax as well. Stim plus 3 Marines. Yesterday he played... what was it again? Right, double gas into Reaper, Reactor, 6 Marines, mine, and then I think 2 out of the 3 games he dropped, and the other game he didn't drop and just kept the units at home. He kind of played like that. We have a robotics bay, which is once again going to be fairly late here for ShoWTimE. 3rd base should have been on the way already. I'm kind of surprised it is not, as Maru is going to be hitting fairly sharp actually with a stim combat timing in about a minute from now, I would say. He really needs to start the combat. Actually, he's lacking gas in a major way here. You see that? Won't have the gas for combat and for 2 medevacs. So this reactor was just too fast, because the reactor stopped the combat from starting. And you want combat to start before medevacs. So this is just a mistake. Definitely a mistake. ShoWTimE's Colossus count often is so low. I'm really surprised by that, because he starts his Robo base so late. I don't enjoy that. Imagine 7 vision range on these stasis wards. Oh, that would be something. Everything would be revealed here. Oh well, it is what it is. 1 Oracle gets taken out. This stasis ward gets taken out. There's a bunch of random stasis wards around as well. Twilight Council. This is the one. Ooh. Oh. So a Viking rally behind this. That is quite interesting. This is actually really quite good against low Phoenix counts. And ShoWTimE definitely has a low Phoenix count, because he also tends to open with multiple Oracles. Charge is on the way, but it's going to take a while. Colossus count still low, only at 2. There's 2 interference matrices out. Revelation is huge though in these scenarios, let me tell you. Because you can see exactly where these tanks are. Colossus should be doing a better job though. What do we have here? Oracle on the other side. I think this is a mistake much more useful here on the defensive side of things, to be honest. Much more useful. Hello? There we go. This is looking bad. One of the reasons why this is so hard to play against, usually against like contained pushes from Terran, you want to fly around with the Phoenixes, pick off reinforcements. If you do this in this case, look at what these Vikings are going to do. The moment you see this, Vikings will move in towards the Colossus. ShoWTimE can't do anything against that. Look at it. I don't quite understand why he did go there with his Phoenixes. That's so risky. Super battery now gets activated. All tanks on sieging at the same time. What a terrible timing here. out of Maru, gets double interference matrices, might still be fine, but what a god-awful way to start fighting for him. Holy crap, that was the worst thing he could have done in his entire life. Why would he do that as he sees his opponent shoot the super battery? Literally been hit in the head. What was that? He legit unsieged 4 tanks at the same time as he sees the super battery activate and starts moving forward. What? What a huge blunder. I think this was game over. I think Maru had the win. He literally just threw it out of the window. You can't make this stuff up. Why would he unsiege? I don't know.
Mineral field depleted.
He must have misjudged this completely. Must have misjudged that completely. Oracle gets taken out. There's no third CC here. ShoWTimE kept the third base alive as well. Honestly, the moment ShoWTimE realizes what's kicking off, he just throws down like 5 different batteries. And he should be fine. Yeah, just mass battery now. Set up a Zealot run by as well is actually somewhat important. There's 6 Vikings out, 5 Phoenixes. You literally, all ShoWTimE wants to do is just have constant unit production. Zealot run by is absolutely key. Taking out these rocks is an interesting call. I guess he believes he can fight better out in the open than choked up. Probably agree with him on that. Actually, you kind of want to move forward here, don't you? There's 1 interference matrix available or an anti-armor missile, whatever he decides to go for. Uh-oh. Turrets coming down. Okay, okay. ShoWTimE, back. What you do here is very simple. It's very, very simple. Oh, hold that thought. You send a Zealot run by of 6-7 Zealots across the map. You give up this base and take a different fort. ShoWTimE's going to attack into this. I think this is a mistake. Is it? He has a lot of army though. He has a lot of army. Oh, he's gonna break this easy peasy. Is he? There's auto turrets. I think this carried more risk than it had to. He's still outmining his opponent by quite a bit. Third base is alive after all. Super battery has been shot. This base is now dead officially. Archon's definitely helping out. Colossus still alive as well. I think ShoWTimE will be fine. This got way closer than it had to be. Well, first of all, Maru threw it out of the window, and then ShoWTimE attacking into 4 or 5 turrets in a tanked up position was real scary. I think a Zealot run by here would have been absolutely perfect. Make matters a lot easier, but a win is a win. Good lord, that was close. Holy cow. Never a mistake to ape your way in. Okay. I think it was a significant error. No reason to do that. Stake the other base, especially if you see an SCV pool. Start long distance mining. Just literally the moment you see any constructions being built by Terran outside, you always, you just go for an alternative base, if it's possible. Even if it's not necessary, I think it's always good to have it as a backup. 100% of the time. Still can't believe how hard Maru threw this out of the window, though. That unsiege was... I mean, he saw that the super battery gets shot, and he unsieges 4 tanks as a response. Like, midway through the super battery. It's just incomprehensible to me, honestly. Especially if you know you're also fighting the Colossus with your Phoenix, or with your Vikings. Phoenix are out of position. Come from the side. Yeah, it's quite a blunder. Was it a win on West? It was a win on West. And that means the next map is going to be on Central indeed. Oh boy. Which is very good for ShoWTimE. The next map is also Altitude. Which I think personally is also very good for ShoWTimE. So it was and Maru's map. And it was Maru's server. Which makes that unsiege even worse. I wish Hydra was seen more at the high level. Oh boy. You're in for a treat then, if you want to see more Hydras at the high level. Oh. Oh. Woo! You're going to be having a good time soon in your life, my friend. Hydras are making a big return. I heard that currently on the balanced test mod, the most popular build order against Terran is 2 base Hydra all in. Into an adaptive talent rush. Because adaptive talents has been buffed massively by making it 100 resources cheaper. So you see all the Zerg players just straight up rushing it. To go for the quick Hydra upgrades, which are practically free. Straight into adaptive talents. And then with it, they get the bailing speed, which is also cheaper, and research is faster. So they just get all these upgrades that are now cheaper. They add in 2 infestors, because there's no pathogen glands anymore. It's honestly, these strategies that they're playing are close to unbeatable. Alright. The second game here is going to be played on the Central United States server, as well as on Altitude. As mentioned before, ShoWTimE server as well as ShoWTimE's map. I wonder, I've been thinking about this. When we have these big online tournaments, or when we had them in the past, I wonder if servers should be mentioned at all. I feel like a lot of people were completely unaware of that, of how big the impact of servers is. And I think most tournament organizers wanted to pretend like servers are not a thing, you know? It's like, obviously you all want to pretend like everything is completely even, but I think it's good to mention when certain circumstances force something in someone's favor, and especially something like ping, that all players know is very impactful. I think it's important to mention these things as well. Although maybe for that, like, it might kill the hype just a little bit. I could be wrong. Like, I guess it's just, maybe that's why. I think it's important though. Like, it's a difference of like 60 ping or 50 ping for each side, you know? That is a significant difference. Stargate now gets thrown down here. Once again, so that's the... oh, this is a Harstem build order. This is the build that I invented. He's gonna build a factory with it. He's doing my build incorrectly. What a noob. Can't believe he's ruining my build order. God, this guy's no clue how to play. Let me tell you guys, this is not how it's supposed to be played. Only I have the... You know, have the true... what's it called? Jesus. Have the true wisdom of playing this build order properly. Mining way too much gas. Yeah, this is terrible. Terrible. Terrible execution, really. I'll message Maru after the game. I'll explain him how to do it. Reaper first into Marine into Reactor. This is not a build. You can actually play this Reaper into Reactor. That's not a bad build, honestly. But like this, no shot. Blah, disgusting. Just always host the game on a server equidistant from both players. That's a good idea. No one has thought of that one yet. The problem is that there's very little servers, so it's not possible. Like, otherwise, obviously, that would be the best solution. If there was a fair server, people would play on that. The problem is that just doesn't exist. So you're gonna have people with more ping and less ping on different servers. That's why we're constantly switching them. Twilight Council here goes down, so it's going to be a different follow-up this time. Ooh. 3-gate blink after double oracle. 5-gate blink. Oh, ShoWTimE. 6 charge. It's not blink, is it? It's not blink, it's charge. It's or glaives. If ShoWTimE beats Maru with an 8-gate glaives build, oh boy, these Terran players, they're going to be upset, my friends. They're going to be upset. This is a nice start for ShoWTimE in general. Look at that micro. Ah, lose an oracle, never mind. Cancel the micro comment. Everything else remains true. It's going to be 8-gate here. 8 gate glaives. Now, the most important thing for ShoWTimE here is going to be to not get this gateway scouted. Good Terran players will often use a Marine to scout around their bases. That needs to be stopped. There comes a move out. This is fake. Maru doesn't actually care about this. Please don't go, Maru. Please don't go. Please don't go. Oh, Maru. Yeah, pop in over here at the watchtower, send 1 Marine to each base and then piss off back home. South Korean Terran player's in a little bit of trouble. He is in a little bit of trouble. Has not scouted so far. Gets a scan. Stims forward, takes out the Oracle. Here we go into the natural with a lot of these adepts. Meanwhile, the middle of the map, these bad boys also get taken out. Let's take a look at the main fight over here. Oh, I think Maru is absolutely fine. Maru is absolutely fine. Oh my god, he's so far ahead. ShoWTimE. Oi, 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 oi. He's about to be in some serious trouble here. Or is he? Or is he? We have an adept count of 21. We do have a full wall going up right now. As there are 18 Marines. Is he gonna finish this? He is, isn't he? That's 1. That's a 2. And that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a feeling this is not looking too great here for ShoWTimE. It's gonna go in once more. On top of this army. Oh! Oh! Eh. Eh. It got close though. Way closer than I thought it would be. Way closer than I thought it would be. Bunch more adepts do get warped in, but medevacts are out. +1 is done right now, and ShoWTimE, I think, knows that he is dead. I like the thought. I like the execution even. Losing that first Oracle was actually kind of painful. It lost him some control of the map, and here comes a stim forward with combat shields, with medevacts, and with +1. I think Maru is going to be just fine, as these adepts do finish up. We'll take out a couple of workers. There's simply no transition possible here for ShoWTimE. You have a tank? This ain't looking great, my friends. This ain't looking great. Shade in. Shade out. Shade on top of this army. ShoWTimE is dead. Alright. So we'll head into our final game then. And that means that Maru probably has... Oh, what's the final map? We can speculate, of course. Like, this is really over. We can pretend like it isn't. But then we would be pretending. And I'm not a pretender. $49 supply to 46. This is still very over. ShoWTimE keeps trying, but... So, what was I saying? Right. Final map. I'm feeling personally Royal Blood. Ancient? No. Dare I say Dragon Skills? Dare I say Dragon Skills? Or did I just get invited to Grassvan? And it's most definitely Grassvan. I did get invited to Grassvan. Maru's army on the wrong side of the map and still holds. You know what they say, that's the power of Terran, my friends. As Protoss, you make one wrong decision, you lose the game. As Terran, your entire build order is garbage. You make every decision incorrectly, but you do one thing correct, which is researching STIM. It's still fine. This is the difference between Terran and Protoss. We make one mistake, we lose. They do one good thing and they win. You see? ShoWTimE made no mistakes in that game. His read was perfect. His execution was close to perfect. What could he have really done better here with this 8-gate Adept all in? Not losing the Oracle. That's it. One mistake. That's when it ended. I told you. Maru, every mistake in the book. If there is a book of Terran mistakes, it almost was like a checklist for Maru in that last game. That's how crazy it was. Do glaives ever actually work versus Terran? No, not really. They worked twice, like 4 years ago. When Zaun came onto the scene, he beat Innovation with it. On Belshir Vestige. That's it. Alright, here we go once more. 1-1 is the score. As Maru sends out for another proxy. Seriously though, that has to hit before stim, right? Yeah. If it doesn't hit before stim... Well, before combat specifically. Before stim is... Ideally, it hits before stim and combat. But that was hard. I still believe that if ShoWTimE manages to block the wall for the massive 21 Adept Shade, it would be fine. I always scout this position. I always scout it. Oh, you dirty, dirty man. Game over. Game over. It is game over. It really is game over, guys. Oh my god. God, this is frustrating to watch. ShoWTimE decided not to scout around, and he's going to be paying the price for that now. Ooh. Yeah, this is pain. Gets a Zealot out. Low tier response. Perhaps the lowest tier even. No one likes Zealots. Me and my homies all hate Zealots. Look at this. Maru's gonna come back, try to build a bunker. This is why I enjoy playing against Terran players, because they can't count. Based on the Nexus timing, you could see that this was a Zealot before Nexus. But because most Terrans have no clue that you can actually know these timings, they still try to build the bunker. I don't know why they do this. Like, there's no way that's going to happen. Maybe to pull the Zealot out of position. Then again, the Zealot should never hit the Reaper anyway. Yeah, nice. This was honestly so well done by ShoWTimE. What a fantastic hold. Just great. Nice. What a good hold. What a good hold. Holy crap. And this was on West. He lost no workers. Now, in my mind, if you defend something this well, you deserve the win. I think at this point, we should have a guy knocking at Maru's door telling him to leave the game. Or bad things will happen to him, you know? Nothing wrong with a little bit of intimidation. Nothing wrong with that. I think we need a third Adept, by the way, Chief. How about that, huh? Third Adept? Are we feeling it? Battery, I approve of. Stargate over here as well. Triple CC follow-up. Uncommon. Very uncommon. Phoenix is going to scout this. Phoenix is definitely going to scout this. Oh, quick response. ShoWTimE's been real fast today, you know that? Maru scouts that it's a Phoenix first. Kills nothing. Maru in legit shambles. This Zealot is still alive. You know what ShoWTimE could do? ShoWTimE could move across the map with his gateway units and 2 Phoenixes and legitimately win the game. There's nothing here. Look at this. 2 Cyclones might be too much, actually. Is it? No shot, it's too much. Robotics facility. Dude, this is such a good start for ShoWTimE. Holy crap. What a defense. What a machine. What a human being. If aliens ever do invade Earth, we're sending ShoWTimE. We're absolutely sending ShoWTimE. He's going to talk to them. Move. You know? Show off how thinking is done here on planet Earth, baby. You want to see the brains? Here's the brains. Look at the brains. The brains. These are the brains. Look at the brains. Robotics Bay, once again very late for ShoWTimE. I'm almost starting to believe that this is on purpose. I don't like it, but it's a decision that ShoWTimE makes, and I respect every decision that he makes. More Phoenixes on the way. Wait, did he not check? Did he not see the... Oh no. Oh no.
I return to serve.
No. He hasn't seen this yet. This is what we call a huge deal. So right now you want to be pumping probes like your life depends on it, right? Oh no. ShoWTimE definitely wants to be pumping probes. He doesn't want to be pumping Colossi. You want to pump probes here. It's gonna fly in. Poof. That's a free kill. Unless he loses something for it. Now sees the third CC. That's big. Let's take a look at those Nexi. Look at them go. Poof, poof, poof. Hoppa. Forge is going down. Second Forge. Throw it in there. Come on, Chief. Yeah. It's still fine for ShoWTimE because his early game was so phenomenal. Early game was so good. God, that early game made me happy. That early game made me so happy. Observer, providing full vision. We'll take out 2 Marines for free and could take out a couple of SCVs as well, which is kind of big. Maru is in actual shambles here. Honest to God. Ooh. Ooh. Come on, pick him up. Turn around. It's gonna save at least one of his Phoenixes. We have 1 Colossus. This is a terrible push. Maru is really far behind right now. Like, legit really far behind. He has no units. He has none. His Immortal's going to be key. 69 workers. That's nice. 2 gateways only, though. You know what ShoWTimE could do here? ShoWTimE could play a Templar Archives 8 gate and actually win the game. But it's hard to know that. But I think he could. Second Forge. We're gonna see a fort base instead, I think. Maru moving over to create his own fort base. He's now up 8 supply. Has a lot of Marauders in this force as well. These Cyclones are now going to kill pylons. That's 1 that goes down. That's going to be number 2 that will go down. Phoenix is moving in positions to try and deal with that. Don't think they will be capable. Maru paying attention. Not enough. He's going to lose both of those Cyclones. Now the main army stims in. ShoWTimE responds in time. We have a Templar Archives. That's good. That's real good. Triple mine drop. 1 gets taken out before it shoots. The other 2 get to shoot once. Oh, he built hallucinations to try and clear the mines, but it's too late for that, my friend. Disruptor about to pop out. Is there any type of detection here? Observer is just barely out of position. Disruptor needs to deal with this. I think Observer won't be in time. It's like 7 more seconds on these mines. Then they get to shoot once more. No, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose Phoenix. Poof. 1 Phoenix goes down. Second bad boy stays alive. ShoWTimE being pushed in a corner a bit here. Feels like he should stay at home. Which is probably not necessarily true. He had a very solid army for quite a while now. Now the Ghost Academy is on the way. We have the Fusion Core coming in as well. It's not quite what you want. Oi, 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 oi. This sucks. This sucks a massive amount. Come on, ShoWTimE. We need something to get out of this. Like I'm calling a prism. I think a prism would be good here. It's a very patient game from both players. I don't think Maru wants this game to end anytime soon. Maru knew that he had a bad early game. He's like, well, I'm just going to sit back, relax, and wait until I have a good stage of the game, which probably is going to be late. First few Liberators now on the way. For ShoWTimE, this is real important. He really needs to win this. Honestly, Maru also really needs to win this. Maru lost to Serral and MaxPax already. Lose to ShoWTimE, he could be in serious trouble. Phoenix is in the right position. Come on, ShoWTimE, pay attention. That's one. That's two. That's two. That's too slow. Loses a Phoenix there. Sloppy play here from our German Protoss player. He's just sending probes around the map, hallucinated probes. Triple Robo is out. 6 command centers on the way. Maru's scan finger is itching. Nothing to scan though. Poor vision for ShoWTimE, really. He has some units spread around the map, but he doesn't see a whole lot. He needs observers and he needs them fast. Love to see gravitic drive here for the prisms. I'd also like to see the observer speed, which is called the other one. Whatever, I can't remember the names. Good part. Old and demented at this point. Blink finally starts. It's going to be 3 orbitals done. 2 command centers that are, well, 1 more turns into an orbital. I think we're gonna have, what, 9 orbitals in a minute and a half or so. As Maru's planning of setting up in the middle of the map here, setting up shop. This is a good army. I don't think ShoWTimE can fight this. I think ShoWTimE might just die. I think ShoWTimE is dead. Allowing his opponent to straight up move across the map here. No +2 ship weapons is going to help ShoWTimE a decent amount, but once a Liberator set up on your side of the map, the unit is simply too strong to try and break. You're always going to get extremely bad fights here. Yeah? That's it. What a sad way to end this game and this series. This series was phenomenal. This game was terrible. So this is it. Yeah. Hey, you need map control once Liberators start being produced. This is well known. Liberator and the Lurker are very similar. The best way to deal them is to make sure that they can't siege up on one of your bases. And if they do, you need to base trade, ideally beforehand. But you can delay them quite a bit as they're moving across the map, because they siege, unsiege, siege, unsiege. Lib and the Lurker, exactly the same unit, if you're looking at it from the Protoss perspective. Yeah, sloppy play. Sloppy play out of ShoWTimE, really. That was not fun. That really was not fun. Yeah, that did not spark joy. All right. So sad that series ends in such a sad way. So sad. All right. I'm gonna be out for now, but before I go, I'd like to make everyone aware of the fact that there will be, on the 3rd of September, we will have a tournament going on, which is called the Archon for Everyone tournament. In this tournament, we will be playing a, Archon format, obviously. Right now, we have 11 teams participating. See, we have the Penny Thread team, Maldside Penny Thread, Theo Theory, Cojones, Cow Tools, Bing Bong Exports, Melem Clem, Uwu Bumps, Fish and Chips by Flame, Left 4 Dead with Maru as the captain, Boom Goes the Dynamite with Ferret as the captain, and the Great Guys with Elaser as the captain. Everyone is allowed to play in this. Be sure to have at least 2 people, a maximum amount of 5. My moderators will be linking this in the chat as we speak. maybe. Otherwise, I will be linking it in the chat. If you don't have any friends to play with, don't worry about it. There is many friends waiting for you in the Harstem Discord. I can throw the link of that in the chat as well. We're very friendly. There's a channel specifically for finding Archon partners for this tournament. For the people who've never played before or haven't played in quite a while, this is the Discord. This is the other one. The people who haven't played Archon ever or in a while, it's basically multiple people controlling the same player. It's a very fun mode. Even if you're not great, don't worry. There's loads of people that can carry you. I recommend signing up. I hope it's going to be a fun tournament. And that's basically going to be it for me today. I hope you all had a buzzing time. Are you streaming the patch tourney this weekend? What time is it? Sorry if you've been asked a million times. Yeah, $1,500 prize pool as well, of course. Yeah. Wait, what are you asking? Right, about the tournament this weekend. When does it start? Let me see. I don't know when it starts. I don't see it. Like what time? Somewhere this weekend. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this stuff. The balance tournament. Wardy PTR Balance Cup. Well, somewhere this weekend at least. Can I join with a rating of 1? You can join with a rating of 0. I don't care about it. Alright, that's going to be it for me today. Be sure to continue watching the Masters Coliseum. You can do that. We'll give the link to StatFast as well here. So if you want to continue watching, only on Twitch, sadly. There's no other people streaming it on YouTube. But I'm gonna go eat. I'll see all of you next time. Thanks for watching, and adios, my friends.